All right, we back at it, back at it, back at it like a crack addict. What's going on, people? What's up? What's up? What is happening, everybody? Can you all see me? Most importantly, y'all, and this is the most important part, can you all hear me? Test, test, mic check. How's everything sounding for y'all? Is there any peaking going on? Is the music overpowering my voice? I don't even think the music is really going on this end. Hold up. Let me just crank that up a little bit. Let's get a little ambiance going. But yeah, how's everything sounding? Y'all can hear me pretty good? All right, while I get a couple of those, let me just pop out the chat right quick. Drag this over to the side. Okay. All righty. Boom, boom. We already did the social media post, so we good to go. All right, so shouting at the top, we've got, the homie Flame. The homie Flame checking in bright and early. Neo was so late, he even set the stream up late. I mean, I always put the stream up like anywhere from like an hour to half an hour before we start. So I feel like that's pretty much on brand for me. Let's see. Oh, we got S2 in the chat. What's up, Josh? How you doing, bro? Damn, is this how it feels to be at work early? I mean, honestly, it's like when you show up to the break room work and there's nobody else there except that one guy who you don't really talk too much. So it's kind of like an awkward back and forth conversation, like most conversations people have with Flame. So I'm sorry that you had to deal with Josh, Flame. Let's see. Oh, we got the homie JFam388. What's going on, Jason? Good to see you. What y'all playing right now? I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077. Ooh, yes. What are y'all playing while we wait for some people to get into the stream? Your boy, it's been a busy past 2 weeks. I feel like I say that all the time. But, you know, with the holiday season and everything, it's been really hectic, so I haven't been doing a lot of gaming. I've been doing a lot more television show watching, catching up on some things, of course, watching a lot of anime as well. But now that everything has finally died down and I just have so much more free time on my plate, I'm getting back into gaming heavy, y'all. I'm going to be completing God of War Ragnarok in the next couple of days, which I'm kind of sad about because I've been loving my time playing that. And then once I finish up God of War Ragnarok, we're diving back into Crisis Core, finishing that up. And then once those two are done, I mean, it's just going in like search and destroy of what I want to play in like what I've had downloaded. I mean, obviously I got Persona 5 Royal to finish up, but that's like 130 plus hours. So that's going to take a lot of time. The Witcher 3 next gen update is out, but it's the last thing I need on my plate. Cause you want to talk about spending 130 hours in Persona 5, Witcher 3 would be well over 250. It's that good of a game for me, y'all. I love The Witcher 3. But realistically, I think what I'll probably end up doing is finishing up Persona 5 Royal, because I can breeze through the majority of that game since I've played through most of it. And the only thing I'm only trying to get myself up to the new semester of content and then really start to pay attention, because everything else is just still so fresh to me, you know? Like I had a playthrough on PS4 that I got well past, like pretty close to getting everyone, like all the confidants. And I just stopped because I was like, fuck it, you know what? There's other shit I want to play, and then I'll just replay it when it comes out on Game Pass. But yeah, I think realistically what I'll probably end up doing is after I finish up God of War and Crisis Core, Persona 5 Royal, finally finish that to completion, and then from there, continue my Cyberpunk 2077 playthrough, because I did start that right before I think God of War dropped. So that is something. And I think Cyberpunk, as far as like time spent in the world, would be much more manageable for me to deal with as opposed to another 100+ hour RPG. You know, like my boy, he finished up the main story of Cyberpunk and he did some of the side content. He spent like maybe like 30, 40 hours in the world, which for an RPG, that is very doable, you know? And there's also High on Life as well that I got to get to. For those like who have been playing High on Life, how long is that game? Does it hover within like the 8 to 12 hour sweet spot? Because if it's like 8 to 12 hours, that is definitely something I'm on board with, man. Especially like just like a nice break between all the RPGs. But what's going on to people? Everyone, hello. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, you guys. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, winter solstice, all that good stuff. How's y'all's holiday seasons been? I know some of y'all are off from work for the next couple of weeks. Some of y'all, you know, are just getting off of work, you know, just by the nature of like, hey, you know, I used all my PTO days and blah, blah, blah. Like, how's everybody doing? Your boy Neo is, I'm feeling a lot better now than I did. Like, I think you guys know this, but like the past 2 weeks, I've just been I felt really off. Like, it's like every week there's been something wrong with me in terms of being sick. So the last time we did the stream, which I believe was on the 13th, I told you guys I was dealing with some type of crazy sinus pressure. It was like right here in my brain. It just affected my entire quality of life. Like the top of my nose was very sensitive. Whenever I would like bend down to pick something up, I felt like a lot of pressure right here. But that was like the only symptom I felt. Like I didn't feel anything else. And then after a few days, that went away. But then I started to get like regular sick. So I had, I had a cold. I had a little bit of a sore throat, things like that. But that wasn't the worst thing in the world. To be honest, it was just something that lasted 3 days, and then I was back to normal. And then all of a sudden, over the past like 2 days or so, my stomach started hurting. And I think that's probably because right beforehand, I ate some food at a holiday party, and I feel like some of that food wasn't that great, and it didn't agree with my stomach. So all throughout Monday, my stomach, it didn't hurt, but it was like, Jesus, man. Like, it's like one of those feelings where I don't want to eat anything. I don't want to look at food. It was such a strange feeling, but thankfully, I'm feeling a lot better now. Knock on wood, something crazy doesn't happen. I don't know. I might wake up one day with superpowers for all I know, because that's just the way my world is. But shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shout out. Going back up top the list. Let's see. We got D Lavelle 100. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. Hopefully, same thing to you, my brother. We got Corey Gryffindor in the house. What's up, Corey Gryffindor? My man, Corey Gryffindor, he going hard as fuck with his artistic endeavors. I follow him on the gram, and yo, he be taking some sick ass shots. He doing his photography stuff. He's like sculpting characters and shit. I be like, yo, this man Corey Gryffindor, look at this guy go. We got NKDN 182. What's up, my brother? Yo, yeah. Hype. It's good to see you, bro. Let's see. We got CB that guy. Greetings, my guy. Happy holidays to you and the fam. Thank you so much. Hopefully the same for you as well. Happy holidays. We got Kermit the Frog. Hey, post-workout, mid-Persona 5 Royal stream. Blessed tonight. Yes, you know the motherfucking vibes. You know the vibes. And he's getting some gaming in. This man is multitasking. You love to see it. We can see and hear your beautiful self. Oh, thank you, Jason. I appreciate you, my brother. Speaking of Jason, we got something we about to do after we get done with the shout-outs. Let's see, we got Covert Spinks in the chat. Neo, what you get for Christmas? I got a couple things for Christmas. Like, me, myself, and I'm a pretty chill dude. I'm not the type of person to go around asking stuff from people, because to me, yeah, you could say it's very basic, but, provided I have my health, my well-being, my family, my loved ones, I don't really care too much about getting gifts. I mean, I'm very thankful that people think of me and they give me gifts. But yeah, I got a couple of nice things. I'm wearing one of the things that I got right now, which I don't know if you guys can't really see, but man, we got some updates. We got some motherfucking updates. We got some quality updates that y'all have been waiting for, some news and some information on. But this is one of the Christmas gifts that I got from a special somebody. I'm gonna stand up so y'all can see this shit. Boom. I got an ugly Christmas sweater from Yu Yu Hakusho, y'all. Like, Yusuke Hiei Kurama Kuwabara. You've got the logo right there at the bottom. And they're over there on the sleeves as well. This is a big ass freaking Christmas sweater too. But that's one of the things that I got from somebody. Believe it or not, I've never owned an ugly Christmas sweater before. Like, I've been tempted. I've seen like Xbox has some, PlayStation has some. But I was like, hey, I don't really like, you know what I'm saying? And then someone ends up getting me this, and I'm like, oh shit, it's fucking dope. So I decided might as well just wear this on the stream tonight. Let's see. So let's get to the rest of the shoutouts. We got Ghost Rider in the chat. What's up? We got both Julian Phoenix and Julian Harris. So look at that shit. Both Julians checking in at the same time. One with an A end, one with a U end. Ocelot's Lincoln brother. What's up, Julian Phoenix? And then we got Julian Harris. What's up, man? How's it going? It's going swell now that I see both of y'all here. Let's see. We got Crimson D in the chat. We got Zack Rodriguez, fresh off of work. Good to see you guys. We got Hibachi. Wagwan, brother. How you doing, bro? Hey, we got DIMWITMONKEY checking in. We got PierretheGamer. Nice. We got Royal Blue 15. What's up, my brother? Let's see who else. We'll get through these shout outs and then we'll do the super chats. Let's see. We got Dylan Collins in the chat. Oh, you playing Simpsons Hit and Run? Man, sometimes, bro, I'm not going front. Whenever there's a down spell in the gaming periods, like whenever there's like a lot of stuff that's out there that doesn't interest me, I just want to go back and replay some classics. Like, there's just something about going back and playing games that are from that different era where games were just games. You just turn it on, you click buttons, you have fun. I mean, you still do that today, but now I feel like there's a lot more that goes into games now that you have to do to get to that point where you can have fun and click buttons. Now you click buttons, but it's like there's so much setup to clicking the buttons. Anybody who games like from way before the PS2 and onwards, like you guys you know what I'm talking about. Let's see, who else we got here? We got Asbel Launch checking in. Asbel, my brother, good to see you. Long time no see. Nigga, we in here. Yes, sir. We got T-Bell in the chat. Oh, and shout out to my homie T-Bell. My man T-Bell, it is his birthday today, ladies and gentlemen. So if we can give I can't even speak. Wow. If we can just give, I was about to say, if we can give this bitch a round of applause or a happy birthday. Yes. If we can give T-Bell a happy birthday, everybody. My man is another year wiser, another year stronger, another year being a fantastic father and husband to his wife. Shout out to you, T-Bell. Happy birthday, my brother. I hope it's a great day. And hopefully you guys got that snow plowed out, because I know it's crazy up there in upstate New York, bro. We got Film Lover 134 in the chat. What's up, Neo? So glad you watched Prisoners. Yes. Shout out to the homie Film Lover, who, if y'all know, Film Lover has been bugging me in a very loving way for the past couple of months, saying, yo, you gotta watch this movie Prisoners. You gotta watch this movie Prisoners. It's on Hulu. You gotta watch this movie Prisoners. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch this movie eventually. I never did. And then it came out on Netflix, and I was like, shit, fine, I'll watch this movie. I regret not seeing that movie sooner. If you guys have not checked out Prisoners on Netflix, it's a film by Denis Villeneuve. It's like one of the 3 movies of his I haven't seen, especially because it's like one of his more modern films. Fantastic movie, great cast, Hugh Jackman in a role that I've never seen him in. His performance that he gives, it's just so, I don't want to give it away, but you have to watch this movie. It is just such a suspenseful thriller. It's so good. It is so freaking good. And it's available on Netflix, so check it out. Let's see who else we got in here. We got KCX94. We got the Sensu Beam plug. What's going on, my brothers? What's up? Who else we got? Let's see. We got Kid Stupefy. What's up? And then we got the homie Deli. Oh my god, is that the video game developer, the only video game developer in the world? Is that Mr. Microsoft himself, Deli? Holy shit. He is blessing us. The COD God is blessing us, my man. What's up, Deli? How you doing, brother? Let's see who else we got in here. We got boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we are all caught up. All right, so might as well just get straight into the intro, super chats, and then business as usual, y'all. Welcome everybody to another fantastic and fabulous episode of Ask Neo. If y'all are tuning in for the very first time, yes, I do try to speak this entire stream in one breath, and it is exhausting, but I do it for the YouTube love. I love you guys so much. If you haven't tuned in to Ask Neo, if this is your first time joining us, welcome to the stream. Ask Neo is my weekly Q&A series, my weekly Ask Me Anything series, where you guys ask me questions and I answer them to the best of my ability. Now, before we dive into it, I do want to draw y'all's attention to a couple of links per interest. Down below in the video description, you guys will find all of my social media outlets from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos, where if you guys want to follow me, if you want to stalk me, if you want to see my hot takes, my lukewarm takes, my ice cold takes, you can find me on all of those platforms. In addition to that, I do want to shout out everybody who has been supporting the channel via super chats and channel memberships. You guys are fantastic. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And we have a couple of super chats here that I do have to get through. I just wanted to make sure we got through the shout outs. But we have Flame over here, who's been a member of the Phantom Weirdos tier for the past 12 months. And let's see if there's some type of nonsense that he has to say. Neo, just hear me out here. Okay, so this is already going to be a problem. Please watch Akiba Maid War. It is a brutal and funny anime that subverts expectations. Also, happy holidays, man. Much love. That was a pretty lukewarm take from Flame. And yeah, I did see you talking about Akiba Maid War on Twitter, man. You said that thing like blew your mind, something crazy like that. So I might have to go ahead and add it to the list, my brother. I mean, the anime season is about to end. So, you know, there is going to be a period of time where I'm not really watching too much stuff, you know, like I still have like 1 or 2 episodes because I am behind 2 weeks on everything. So I still have like 1 or 2 episodes to watch of Chainsaw Man, you know, Mob Psycho, Urusei Yatsura. So yeah, if I need something to binge, Akiba Maid War, okay, Flame, okay. And happy holidays to you too, my brother. Hopefully you don't have to choke any bitches at your job. We got Hibachi over here with the $2 super chat. Bro, recommend me some good RPGs on board. Oof, well, you got some time to kill. So there's a lot of RPGs. Now, when it comes to RPGs, I always like to ask people, what is your particular preference in terms of like how deep do you want your RPGs? Because I don't want to recommend something like Divinity 2 to a person and they're just like, this is their first time playing. They might be overwhelmed in the complexities of some of the systems. But overall, like just blanket RPG recommendations. I mean, right off the top, if you're talking about Western RPGs, like I always recommend checking out Bethesda's catalog. I know that Bethesda gets a bad rap, rightfully so, for a lot of their games and the performance issues, but the benefit of playing Bethesda games now, so many years after the fact, is that for the most part, they run really well, and if you are playing them on modern hardware, you're getting access to, like, better frame rates, better resolutions, patches, things like that. So one of my personal favorite games from them is Fallout New Vegas. It was published by them, but developed by Obsidian. And to me, that's like the quintessential modern day Fallout experience. So if you can play Fallout New Vegas, it is available on the Series S and the Series X. And if you have a PC, it's even better because not only do you get like the better resolutions and frame rates, but you get access to all the mod support is on there as well. But if you want something that is available, like readily available, like bells and whistles, Skyrim, it just got re-released for the 88th time, so that's a really good RPG if you want to lose yourself in that world. In addition to that, The Witcher 3, obviously I've talked about that to death. It's definitely a game that if you want to see why some folks say it's like the gold standard for RPGs in terms of like how it implements its story and how it weaves in the story to the side quests, Witcher 3 is definitely up there. You might have some issues in terms of how the combat is presented. I know the combat is not everybody's cup of tea, but if you find enjoyment in the combat system, that's great, because if you find enjoyment in the combat system, you are going to absolutely be floored by everything else that the world has to offer. In addition to that, if you want something that's a little less fantasy and more sci-fi, you can't go wrong with the Mass Effect trilogy. Now, these are definitely a little bit less RPG by comparison to the other games that I mentioned, because Mass Effect is more, I would say it's definitely the more mainstream of the, I mean, it's weird to say mainstream considering Witcher 3 and Skyrim have sold millions by millions of copies, but it's like more accessible where you could get some of your friends who don't play RPGs to play Mass Effect just because, you know, it is part shooter at the end of the day. It's a cover-based shooter. Especially when you start getting into the second and the third game, they really do refine those aspects as opposed to like the RPG experience. But the best part about the Mass Effect franchise, in my honest opinion, is the way the story is presented and the way you interact with your characters, the relationships that you have with them, growing your social links and confidants, if you will. In addition to just it being such a premier blockbuster sci-fi experience that is well written, you know, like one thing I've noticed is that you don't really see too many sci-fi RPGs nowadays, especially on the scale of a Mass Effect. Like there's really no, there was really no developer, and there still isn't a developer like BioWare in their prime. You know what I'm saying? Like the BioWare that gave us things like Jade Empire all the way up to Mass Effect. Like we don't have that shit, man. You know, like it's like they peaked and then we're just hoping and praying for the best. So I would recommend the Mass Effect trilogy. Very solid games. Taking a trip over to the East in Japan. I mean, you've heard me talk about it ad nauseum. Persona franchise is awesome. Persona 5 Royal, best version of the game available. In addition to that, I mean, if you want to see what the big hype is about the Final Fantasy series, you're in luck, because every single Final Fantasy game, for the most part, the mainline installments is available on modern consoles, whether it's PlayStation, Switch, Xbox has a lot of them too. My personal recommendation, if you want to play like old school Final Fantasy titles, would be Final Fantasy IX. That's my personal favorite in the series. If you can hold out a little while longer, though, they are releasing the pixel remasters of the first 6 games on PlayStation and Switch in the next couple of months, and that has Final Fantasy VI, which in my opinion is the best game in the series in terms of like, oh Jesus Christ, Kefka as a villain, man. I feel like yeah, Sephiroth is cool and everything, but Kefka, that nigga was different, bro. What else is also really good? JRPGs. I mean, it's hard because I don't want to get into like the really niche stuff that might scare some people away. You know, the stuff that has like the really complex battle systems that is so fun and maybe not the greatest story in the world. But yeah, there's a lot of good RPGs, and I'm sure people down below are going to recommend some other stuff. But yeah, those are just a couple of things. I'm trying to also recommend things that are readily available too, because that is something that, you know, like I used to say, hey, if you could track down a PS Vita or a PlayStation 2, play Persona 4. But now people don't have to worry about that because it's coming out in just a few weeks. Isn't that crazy, you guys? In less than a month, Persona 4 and Persona 3 are going to be released on modern platforms. That is absolutely insane to think about. It took Atlas 42 years, but they finally did something. Now, fingers crossed they don't fuck up the console ports. Fingers crossed. Oh, man. But before that, you guys, let me just go ahead and take a sip of this water right quick. Of course, we are accompanied by the vintage blue seltzer water. That's how you do the Ask Neo streams. Well, shout out to everybody who's been joining in between. Shout out to y'all. What's up, Silver Wolf? What's up, J Mac? How you guys doing? We got Jigga J in the chat. What's up, you guys? Good to see you. Hope everyone had a good holiday season. Okay, so let me go ahead and answer some more of the super chats, and I want to get to something really special and cool. All right, so we have a $5 super chat coming in from Julian Phoenix. And one more JRPG I do have to recommend, because if I didn't, people would be like, dude, what the fuck? Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's on Xbox Game Pass. It's on PlayStation Plus selections. Holy shit. Play that game. Okay. So, $5 super chat from Julian Phoenix. Thank you, bro. Have you seen Black Adam? I just saw it on HBO Max and it might be the worst DC movie of all time. Yeah, so something else that happened, ironically, the day after the last As Neo we did, I went to the theaters and I watched Black Adam, you guys, which I know is very strange because it's like, Neo, why would you go see a movie that you know is not going to matter in the grand scheme of things? Mainly because my girl wanted to go see it, so I'm just like, all right, cool, we'll go see Black Adam. And I'm not going front, you guys. I came out of Black Adam not hating the movie. It's not great. It's not good. But at the same time, it's not the worst thing I've seen. So I don't really agree with it being the worst DC movie of all time. I feel like there are other titles that are worse than Black Adam. But the problem with Black Adam that I have is that it's just not as good as it should have been, especially with all the hype of The Rock trying to get this movie made for the past 14 years. A lot of the stuff in Black Adam that works and I enjoyed is something that I would have enjoyed back in 2003. Like, a lot of the dialogue that the characters are speaking, it doesn't feel as if it flows in the movie. It feels as if everybody came into the room and they are meant to say this dialogue. I know that sounds strange, but you know how like there's some movies with directors and writers that are really good with the scene transition, the walk and talk dialogue, like, oh, this is how we're going into this scene here, blah, blah, blah. With Black Adam, it feels like everyone is very much so in that room to say their lines. It was really off-putting. The action in the movie, I didn't think was anything too spectacular, especially because we've been so spoiled in the past couple of years with other movies. But at the same time, there were some nice things to look at. You know, like, it has a pretty diverse color palette in terms of like the heroes and what they can pull off. It's not just gray. You know, you've got your blues and your yellows and your greens and all that stuff. It's fine. You know, it's just fine. It's not going to win any awards. It's not something I would rush out to go see again. It's just like an okay movie. It's just sitting in like the middle of the road. Like, if I had to equate it to like the MCU terminology, it's like Thor: The Dark World tier, which, you know, you can watch Thor: The Dark World. I mean, you're not going to go back and rewatch it, but it's not the best thing in the world. It's just one of those things that it's like, hey, we're having a DC movie marathon. We're watching everything. Oh, yeah, I guess we'll put on Black Adam. Cool. Like, there's some decent aspects like Hawkman and Dr. Fate. They looked awesome, but like, why are they the standouts in a movie about Black Adam? That was very confusing. That was extremely confusing. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I even forgot. I should have led with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. How was he as Black Adam? No, I don't know what he was trying to channel, but that wasn't Black Adam to me. Like, the Black Adam that, like, listen, like, I've read very little Black Adam comics in my life, so my knowledge for the most part is seeing him in like the animated features. And I look at him here, and he's doing this whole anti-hero shtick. We got to stop using anti-hero as an excuse to be like a guy that isn't super go-lucky, happy, save the world. Because, like, he's literally like, I don't kill people. This motherfucker is doing everything but killing somebody. Like it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, the Black Adam, I remember, this man was just like, what did he say? What was his line? Like, kneel before me or die by my boot or something like that. This Black Adam, I'm looking at him and I'm just like, I don't fear this dude, bro. Like, I really don't. He's just like stoic and he stands there and he's like, yes, I will protect. I will do this. Like, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like one of those situations where it's like The Rock thinks like, yeah, I want to play this character because I love the character. Do you really love the character, or are you using this as like a self-insertion piece? Like, did you look at like the hierarchy of DC Comics characters and you're like, that nigga look cool, bro, I want to play him, instead of actually like taking account everything? And I don't have a problem with, like, let's say for example, like someone on Twitter brought up a great point. If you take a character like Loki, who, you know, Loki, you know, master of mischief, like, he's a very mischievous person, betrayed people countless dozens of times, and then he finds redemption later on in the Marvel movies. I wouldn't mind them going down that route, but you still have to give us the angle of this guy being a bad guy. And they didn't do that in this movie at all. It was just dude standing around there. I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, that's it. Like, that's what it was. It's just like, it's fine. It's okay. But the reason why I said that this kind of movie is not what DC needed is because this kind of movie, especially for the budget, it was like well over $200 million. You can't just get a movie that's like, fine, okay, and it doesn't excel in anything. You know, like it or not, these movies, whether you care about the stories or whatever, blah, 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 they have to be popular enough to audiences to want to keep seeing over and over and over again and recommending it to all their friends and people. Black Adam is not that movie. So if someone asks me, like, how's Black Adam? I'm like, it's fine. You know, have a couple drinks. You're not going to hate the movie. It's fine. It's okay. Like, that's literally, like, my biggest recommendation for it. And that's the problem, because, like, even the most mid-tier MCU movies, I can still see why somebody would be like, all right, I'll watch that a second time. I'll go recommend it to somebody. Or if why somebody would want to see it multiple times because of the whole world building aspect that I don't necessarily agree with seeing a movie multiple times. But whatever, man. But this movie, I was like, now especially that I know it's not going anywhere, it's like, okay, you know? So when they said, like, yeah, Black Adam's not coming back, I'm like, I'm fine with that, Chief. I'm okay with it. So, yeah. It's not the worst movie in the world, but it's not great at all. It's not even good. Like, if you want to go based off the number scales, it's like a 4.5 out of 10. That's it, man. Like, I'll give it 5 being generous because, you know, Hawkman and Dr. Fate were cool. But to the same degree, it's like, I would have much rather watched a JSA movie. I would have much rather watched all these characters get built up and them do their own thing and them have to recruit Black Adam versus all of them being shoved into a Black Adam movie. Because I'll be honest, outside of Hawkman and Dr. Fate, the rest of the JSA is like, what? Who the fuck are these niggas, bro? Like, who are they? Who are they? Like, Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher, that dude, bro, that dude is literally just in the movie to just bumble around like a buffoon. Like, he's the worst parts of Ant-Man and Deadpool rolled into one. He's not funny. He's not really charismatic. He's really only there because they needed to fill a character slot, and he has a will they won't they relationship with Cyclone. And I'm like, really? That's it? Like, they did not figure the casting of these characters in this crew, why y'all are in this movie. Like, it didn't make sense. It really didn't. Like, yeah, we're just gonna recruit them and blah blah blah. And it'd be cool if it's like, okay, he has his own little arc and he learns to become powerful and blah 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 and not be a fuck up. But no. Do not expect that from a Rock movie. Yeah, but Cyclone, she was gorgeous, man. She was gorgeous. But yeah, like I said, it's 4.5 out of 10. You know, you just watch something. Yeah. I'm not telling you to go out to the movie theaters to watch it, but you know, if you bored as fuck on HBO Max. Oh, and it is on HBO Max, so there's that. If you want to check it out. But yeah. But shout out to PierretheGamer, who's been a member of 21 months of the Phantom Weirdo tier. That Avatar 2, though, yes, Avatar 2, we will talk about a little bit later. But yes, that is a much better movie than Black Adam. And then we got Marcus Dorotterell, who's been a member for 29 months. Oh, you guys keep one-upping yourselves with these memberships. Oh, and shout out to the homie Jazzy Jefferson, who just re-upped his membership. Shout out to you, Jazzy. We love you, brother. I see you joined the PlayStation 5 crew. Shout out to you, my guy. So Marcus Dorotterell's question: what do you think of people who call games movies? It annoys me because games have evolved, and yet anything with a cutscene is considered a movie. Shaking my damn head. Yeah, I mean, that whole complaint, like, oh, every Sony game is a movie, blah, blah, blah. Like, anytime I see somebody say that, I'm like, all right, nigga, whatever. I definitely think there is something to be said about the video game medium becoming over-reliant on the use of cutscenes. I have no problem with cutscenes. In fact, I love cutscenes, but I feel like on some level, they have to remember that this is a video game, and if you have a cutscene that takes me away from the game to the point where my controller dies, bro, that better be like the final cutscene in the game. Like, perfect example, a game that I love, that I recommend to people, but Jesus fucking Christ, the amount of cutscenes in it. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Fantastic game. Fantastic. But my God, there are some cutscenes in that game that are 20 minutes long. I feel like I'm watching an anime episode, bro. It's a good story, mind you, but to the same degree, you have to find a balance between what is a video game and what is a fucking movie. Like, that's the shit that annoys me, because sometimes I'm just like, come on, bro, I want to play this game. Like there are some situations, perfect example. You know how, like, sometimes we're not in the mood to play something that's really intensive, like a Dark Souls or an Elden Ring. Like, sometimes we just want to play something that's pretty lax and chill. Okay, sometimes I'll want to play a Telltale Games title that's definitely more narrative focused, lighter on the gameplay. Sometimes you need a palate cleanser in the mix. But if you're playing something and my God, the cutscenes get to the point where my controller turns off, bro. Okay, we obviously doing something wrong here. But yeah, when people say something like The Last of Us Part 2 is a movie, I do not understand that. Anyone who's played The Last of Us Part 2, especially if you play it on the higher difficulties, that is not a fucking movie. You can't just speedrun that shit. Like, no. Does it have a lot of cutscenes? Yes. But is it a fundamentally great video game in terms of its design and the stuff that Naughty Dog is able to pull off? Absolutely. There's stuff in that game that no other developer has ever pulled off. Only Naughty Dog has. So whenever I see someone say that, I'm just like, can we come up with another, you know, like, give us another excuse. Something else. Like, this is getting really tired. Because by that logic, whenever Nintendo starts to introduce cutscenes in games, I hope people keep that same energy. Like, if that next Zelda game comes out and there's more cutscenes than Breath of the Wild, I want that same energy, bro. But yeah, it's like one of those things where you're like, nah, you know, I'm just not going to deal with it. Like, when someone says something like, oh, Game Pass is killing gaming, I'm like, okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. Let's see. Oh, but shout out to people in the chat. We got Moose Man, we got Michael Block, we got the amazing CJB, we got Beto Rods, we got Fuzzy Belvedere, my brother Fuzzy Belvedere. We got K Black the Enigma. Oh, and we got Leon Mech is coming in with a 279 Canadian super chat. Thank you, brother. My movie of the year is One Piece Film Red. God bless everybody, especially you, Leon Mikas. You know what? I'm happy for you, bro. That shit not for me, bro. But I'm happy for you, fam. What's up, X Gamer? How you doing? Oh, we got Dizzy too. What's up, Dizzy? Yeah. Okay, so you know what? Before we dive into, because I see people are asking questions about what girl? What you talking about, girl? Before we do that, I want to unbox something that one of the homies here on the channel, JFam, actually sent me. He sent me a Christmas gift, you guys, and it literally arrived right before the stream. I have no idea what this is. I'm really curious. I've been shaking it around. I think it might be a figure of some sorts, but knowing my luck, it's probably not a figure. It could be a movie for all we know. So we're going to do a live unboxing on Ask Neo of a Christmas gift from JFam. So I don't know where my Batman knife went, but I have an old box cutter from when I used to work at Staples back in the day. You guys remember the Staples era, the Staples arc. So we're just going to open this box. We're going to see exactly what the homie JFam has blessed us or cursed us with. We'll see. Let's see. All right. So my initial guess, like I said, it was some type of a figure. There's two things in this box. That should sound like Cheerios. Looks like a figure. Let's see what it is. Oh, shit. Holy fuck. Yo, look, you guys. What the hell? It's a Joker Nendroid. Oh, my God. Holy shit, you guys. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. He's so perfect. Oh, my God. Holy shit. A Joker Nendroid. So here's the thing. You guys know. Yeah, I know. There's one more thing in here, Jason. I know. So you guys know, like, I was a big collector of like Funko Pops and things like that, like 6 years ago. But it got to the point where they were releasing so many Funko Pops that I just realistically I would run out of space, and I've already run out of space, so I had to stop. But if there's one thing I do love about collecting is that they always come out with like cooler versions of the things you like. So after Funko Pops, we started seeing a lot more Nendroids pop on the scene. They became so popular. Like my sister has a couple of Nendroids, and for my birthday, not for my birthday, but I think like is it a random appreciation gift that siblings give. My sister got me. She got me this Yusuke Urameshi Nendroid, which comes with Pooh, you know. And the one thing I really loved about Nendroids is that they're so freaking dope in their articulation. They have different heads, customizable heads. Like Yusuke has his spirit gun right here. Joker, he has his knife. He has his mask and different heads. Like, oh, that's so cute. Look at that. They even have the the cut-in animation, like go down, Persona, you know, that shit. And they're so freaking dope. Now they are very pricey. Like some Nendroids start at like $70, $80, $90 in that range. But it's so cool because the quality of them is so high. So yeah, like having two of those right here, two of my favorite characters is awesome. But there is something else here that Jason sent. And I'm really curious because that's Joker. Let's see what this is. Okay, it's definitely another Nendoroid. I hear it. But let's see what it is. My fucking guy! Oh my god! Oh shit! Now we got, listen, he has a name. His name is not Persona 4 Golden Hero. His name is Yu Narukami. Thank you very much. But holy shit. So this right here, which you guys don't know, this is actually the main protagonist of Persona 4, which you guys are going to experience the next month when it comes out, Persona 4 Golden. But yeah, holy shit. Now we have two Persona protags in the house. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. This is so sick, dude. Oh my god, they got the little Atlas sticker on the side as well. Oh man. Thank you so much, Jason. Holy shit. Unexpected, my guy. Unexpected, dude. Seriously, thank you so much. I kind of don't want to open them, but at the same time I do. I want to display them everywhere. I want to put them, I want to do skits with them. But that is so sick, man. That is so fucking sick. Thank you so much, bro. Everybody, round of applause in the chat for Jason. Round of applause in the chat for Jason. I think for the time being, I'll put them. Oh, this is gonna go over well. This is like playing Jenga with a collection. Look at that. Look at that. It's the perfect fit. The perfect fit as Goku continues to strangle Grogu. Oh man, but that's what's up, dude. Thank you so much. Like, sick. It's so sick, bro. That is awesome, man. Thank you. Oh man. Oh my god. This is so dope. Oh my god. Is there a note? Oh, there's a note in here. Oh shit, bro. Jason, can I read the note or I don't know, man. Obviously I wouldn't read, you know, any pertinent information you put on there. Is it okay if I read the note or not, bro? Just let me know. Oh. Oh shit. We got Daniel Pack in the chat too. What's up, Daniel Pack? How you doing, bro? Oh man. Oh, while I wait for Jason, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's up? How y'all doing? Oh man. I mean, I just feel so like happy, bro. Like, yo, that's so cool, man. That's so fucking sick, bro. Data packs at hung as fuck. Been a wild weekend. Damn, bro. I feel you. Let us know. How was it? How was it, bro? You was getting litty? I know how you penguins get down, bro. Y'all go wild. Yeah, man. This man was hungover. But yeah, yo. So let me give y'all a little update right quick. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. Let me give y'all a little bit of update because you know your boy Neo's been away for a while. Away for a while. It's only been 2 weeks. But yeah. So as you guys know, I've been seeing somebody. Oh, the dog is outside the door. Nugget. He was over there wagging his tail at the door, and now he stopped. Anyway, so I've been seeing somebody over the past like 5 weeks or so. This man said you got engaged. Oh no, Daniel Pack. I'm not on your level yet, my friend. I'm not on your level yet, bro. Where is Don Otaku? He'll come in here. He'll come in here probably soon. That boy got that dog in him. Nugget. Let me see if I can get that dog inside. Hold up. Because I keep hearing him. Mr. Nut, what are you doing over there? Come here. Want to say hello to the people? Want to say hello to the people? Let's go now. Let's go. Oh. Alright, guys. Special appearance by the Nugget. Look at your adoring fans. Wave hello to them. See? That's everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat say hi, Nug. Look at him. See? He's got like no type of reaction. He's like, who are these people? Say hello, Nug. He waves. He waves hello, everybody. Yeah, we got to get him trimmed. We're supposed to get it trimmed for the holiday season, but the groomer was all booked up, so we have to wait until next week. But yeah, here's Nug, the baby Nugs. Old man Nugget. Him in his Argyle sweater, because it's cold outside. He just got back from a walk. How are you, Nug? You doing good? You had your food today? You drink your water? Yeah, no type of reaction. He's just looking at that chat. He's like, y'all being suspect? Are they being suspect, Nug? Are they? Here. You want to sit on the bed? I'll put you on the bed. All right. But yeah, that's the Nuggle. King Nugget. Prince Nugget. Yeah, he's on his best behavior now. But, you know, I don't think he likes us, to be honest. He's got stage fright. He might. You might. Nugget, it's okay. He's not even looking. He's shy. He can be a little shy. Oh, he turned around. He's like, I don't know these people. Oh, no worries. No worries, Jason. I got you, bro. But yeah, he's chilling. All right, so let me get back to telling this story right quick before I take up too much of y'all's time. I know how I can be. Yeah, he's a very calm dog, but at the same time, he's very how do I say this? He can be very jealous. So if there's ever another dog in the house or another animal and we pay that animal some attention, he's just like, how dare you? How dare you let this animal come into my house? The house you don't pay any bills in, Nugget. And you give them love and affection. But yeah, he's that type of dog. But yeah, anyways, back on point for the third time tonight. So as you guys know, over the past like 5 weeks or so, I've been updating y'all on this saga of mine when it comes to this one woman that I met. Now, I'm sure you guys already know this if you follow the saga on Twitter, which if you don't, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/NeoGameSpark. But there's this girl that I met who I was very taken aback to. Now, as most of y'all know, I'm not really too picky when it comes down to what the person I'm looking for, what she's interested in. Like, she doesn't have to be interested in like video games or anime or manga, shit like that. All she got to do is just respect my hobby. You know what I'm saying? Just like if she has her own hobby for whatever reason, I respect that. It's all about what we do as people and we come together, share our time, blah, 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 blah. But this is like the first girl that I've ever talked to who's actually into this nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? Like into this nerd shit heavy, bro. Not just like casually into it like, oh, I've seen Demon Slayer and that's it. I'm talking like full on weeb, full on gamer, full on everything. I was like, what? So you guys might recall on the first date, the girl shows up wearing Triforce earrings from The Legend of Zelda. And I was just taken aback, bro. I was like, I did that whole like cartoon thing where you just like blink twice. Like, what? Because it was so surprising to me, man. Like, homegirl show up on the date with the Triforce earrings, and she's serious about it. Not like the second, third, or fourth date, the first date, bro. And I was like, damn, son, that's crazy. So we had a really good first date. We saw the One Piece film Red movie. We got dinner. She was nice. Went out on a second date. Same thing, you know? Like, it wasn't like a fluke the first time. Had a really good time. Went out on the third date. Shit was great. Awesome. And then your boy Neo did something weird. Now, mind you, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know this. I didn't post this on Twitter because I'm waiting. But your boy Neo did something that a lot of you guys are like, Chris, what are you doing, fam? Your boy Neo, I asked this girl out to probably something that most people don't ever ask anybody out to, especially on such short notice. So my boy, who I've known for 13 plus years, I met him on YouTube and he invited me to his wedding. Right? I've known this dude for so long. He invited me to his wedding. I thought that was so amazing. I was just like, oh my God, this is somebody who I met online. The power of the internet's amazing. Such a great guy. I've met his wife when they first started dating. Well, now his wife, but I met them when they first started dating. And just like see everything come full circle was amazing. So I was like, all right, I'm going to this wedding and everything. And I'm just thinking like, do I want to show up stag or do I want to bring somebody? You know, like I didn't want to bring somebody on such short notice, but at the same time, I didn't want to bring somebody who I couldn't really vibe with. Like there were a couple people I wanted to bring, but at the same time, it's like one of those weddings where it's like, all right, how do I say this? It's more than just going to the wedding. It's the fact that I had to drive 2 hours and change into Deep Jersey, South Jersey, and then drive another 2 hours and change back. Like to me, it's different than like driving 20 minutes to the venue, going to the wedding for a few hours, driving 20 minutes back. Like, nah, I was going to be with this person for that long. So, you know, I've been dating this girl for a while, and I told her straight up, like, ayo, listen, I know this is mad short notice, but I got a wedding I gotta go to in 2 weeks. You want to come through? And she was just like, oh my God, absolutely. I have the perfect dress for it. And I was like, cool. All right, perfect. So I asked her out with 2 weeks notice to my boy of 13 years' wedding. And I was like, okay, this is either going to be really fucking good, or Neo, you have just made the stupidest decision in your life, because this is your boy's wedding and whatever happens is going to be immortalized on this day. So whether this shit works out or not, dude, what the fuck? But I said, you know what? I don't care, bro. I really don't care. Like, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it, bro. Like, if shit don't work out, shit don't work out. It is what it is, bro. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm like, yo. So, like, y'all are getting really into this story. This is crazy. I love it. So I pick her up, and you know how shit is, right? Like, this is one of those tests. Like I said, this is one of those tests that you give somebody who you're talking to that it might not seem like a test at the time, but it is. Because this is the first time you're taking somebody out to a very special event for somebody in your life, right? Somebody who you like. So how are they going to react to certain things? How are they going to perform? You know, how are you guys going to react and act around other people where it's not just you two going out on a date? This is more than that. So there were a lot of things that we were both testing each other on. And bro, you know, shit is already off to good foot when a 2-hour drive felt like 5 minutes, bro. It's like we were talking about a lot of things, deep conversations. We were playing crazy music in the car, like shit that she likes, shit that I like, mutual stuff. We were playing like anime music from like the 80s and the 90s and shit like that. And I was like, dude, this is fucking dope. And then we got to the wedding, and the wedding was amazing. Something I didn't realize, maybe because I've only just now in the past couple of years started going to a lot of weddings. A lot of weddings really aren't that long. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy's wedding, the ceremony itself, like the actual ceremony, that shit was like maybe 45 minutes max. And then it's like, damn, that's it. That's over. And I compared it to my cousin's wedding. You know, maybe it's because like we're all African Ethiopian. That shit took dumb long. That shit was like well over an hour because everyone was just fucking around and shit. But yeah, like the wedding was amazing. And, oh, hold on real quick. Shout out to Rizaki Koizumi with the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Sorry I was late, fam. Was watching that Ross Chastain wall ride video that happened back in October. I acquired a Steam Deck and a Rias Ramoy figure, and they're both coming tomorrow. Hey, shout out to you, my brother. And yo, that Steam Deck, my brother, you gonna fucking love it. You gonna fucking love it. Where's my Steam Deck? I had it right over here. I was updating something. But I'm telling you, man, that Steam Deck Master Race. That Steam Deck Master Race. Nintendo ain't giving us a Switch Pro. This is our Switch Pro right here. That Steam Deck greatness, baby. Oh, man. But, yeah, dude, I really hope you enjoy it, man. The Steam Deck is awesome. Damn, everyone's ordering Steam Decks. Let's go. Yeah, no, Steam Deck is awesome. You guys are not going to regret it. But yeah, back on point. So, oh yeah, we're talking about some, this girl I'm talking to, Rizaki. It's like a whole story, man. So yeah, like we're having a really good time at the wedding, and then we go to the reception, and the reception is amazing, and like everything was just like, I don't know, like I'm not really the most religious person in the world, you guys. Like I believe in God, I just don't like to bother him, like Michael Che says. But I feel like everything that was supposed to work out that day worked out, and everything that could have potentially gone wrong didn't go wrong on that day. It's like the day was really perfect in all accounts. And you know, we do the ceremony, we're at the reception, we're having a great time. Like we were probably like, there were like maybe 8 or 9 people of color at that entire wedding. Which I'm always nervous about. I'm just like, ugh. But then every time I see a brother, you know, we do the black person telepathy thing. But it was so beautiful because like these were like the nicest, sweetest white people you could ever think of. I know someone's gonna clip this and be like, oh, Neo is so racist. And I'm just like, no, I'm not. It's just like sometimes when you're the only brother in the room, I feel weird. But anyways, but it was so good. Like they knew how to fucking dance. They were playing like all the usual type of shit that they play. But the second Bad Bunny came on the playlist, she put that on. She requested that. They start going wild ape shit. And I was just like, damn, the power of Bad Bunny. That shit transcends everything. And yeah, no, it was just amazing. It was just like an amazing day, man. And it was like one of those situations where by the time we got back home, you know, like it was a 2.5 hour drive in the rain, you know, but thankfully, like someone was looking out for us. Like nothing went bad, even though it was like a heavy rain on the commute back. after that day, I was just like, bro, I don't really think I want to talk to any other woman right now. Like, I really don't, bro. Because, like, everything that we're getting, the conversations, the vibes, the connection, all that stuff is good. And you guys know me, I'm very particular, especially after what happened with the last girl I was talking to. I'm not here for drama. I'm not here for baggage. I'm always that type of person to be like, listen, we all been through shit. I'm not going to be here to take the heat for something your ex did. You got to figure that shit out yourself. That's what I told my ex, which is part of the reason why we didn't last, because she didn't want to deal with that shit. She was very much so, I want to stay in my own bubble, and this is how I want to do things. And I'm like, cool. I hope you like cats. That's all I can say. But yeah. So shit's going really good with this girl. And then I asked her out on the 4th date, because I'm just like, let's see, man, you know, 4th date, let's see. Because, you know, it's like, it's one thing if the first 3 dates are great and the wedding is great, but what about the 4th date, Neo? And then after the 4th date, I was like, bro, I gotta lock this shit down, man. It's been a crazy, like, past month of dating somebody. And, you know, after that, I was like, hey, you know, let's meet up after the holidays, you know, for Christmas, blah, blah, blah. So we went out yesterday. Neo with the Kevin Samuels vibe, buy a cat, die alone. Wait till Black Bond comes into this chat. He's back on Twitter, by the way. And yes, I'm telling you, the black person head nod, like people just, dude, let me tell you exactly. So it was this one dude that was there, and the second I saw him, we did the nod, like, yo, what's up, brother? How you doing? Right? And then later on in the reception, you know how, like, when you're at a wedding reception, not everybody knows everybody. So they do, like, those, like, oh, I want you guys to turn to the person to your left and your right and say hello and blah, blah, blah. And that's what we did. And then me and the black guy made a beeline for each other. And I was like, hey, man, my name is Chris. Oh, hey, my name is Christian. I was like, oh, we're good people, blah, blah, blah. And after we had that whole, like, ha, 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 I was just like, man, so it's good to not be the only brother here. And it felt like something had told him that everything was gonna be okay. Like, his eyes widened. He was just like, bro. I was like, yes, sir. Like, it's some good shit, man. It's a good feeling. And then, you know, black person respect, you know, like when he was leaving, because he left before everybody else, he was like, yo, Chris, man, it was great meeting you, my brother. You take care of yourself. And I said, you too, Christian. It was just cool, bro. It's just cool, man. It's like, black people, we fucking dope at times. So, you know, after all that stuff, I was like, all right, yo, I gotta lock this shit down with this girl, because this is going really good, right? We've been out on dates. We went to a wedding, and the wedding was amazing. I was like, sure. And it's kind of like one of those things where I'm kind of glad that I'm in this situation where I can, it's not one of those situations where we don't, how do I say this? We both know we like each other, and we both show it. So it's not like one of those things where it could be completely one-sided. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's very much so obsessed about me in a lot of ways, which I find really dope. Because I was like, wow, that's awesome. I've never had that happen before. You know, it's like, wow, it's usually the other way around. But yeah, look at this shit, man. This is awesome. So, you know, I asked her out yesterday after the holidays. We go out to eat. She shows up. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this. So on the 3rd date, she showed up wearing a one-piece ugly Christmas sweater of Zorro. Yeah, she had a Zorro ugly Christmas sweater on the 3rd date. That's what she wore. And I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. And then on this date, because it was Christmas and everything, I was like, yeah, you know, like, dress festive or whatever, blah, blah, blah. She showed up wearing a Toshiro Hitsugaya from Bleach. She showed up wearing a Toshiro Hitsugaya Christmas sweater. And at this point, I'm just questioning myself, does she run like a anime clothing company? Because she has all these Christmas sweaters ready in the tuck, man. This is fucking crazy. But I was like, wow, that's fucking dope, you know? Because it's like, it's one thing when people can express themselves. He said, not a Hitsugaya fan. Oh no, bro, she's a big Bleach fan. She loves Sailor Moon, she loves Bleach, and she loves One Piece. Like, those are her 3 favorite series. 199 from J World. Did you get the oh god, the vicious innards or nah? Relax, my brother. Relax, my brother. We like this girl, bro. We like this girl. In due time, my brother. So she shows up. She shows up wearing that Toshiro Hitsugaya shirt, and I was like, wow, that's dope. You know, because it's nice that people can express themselves, and she looks really cool. She's like this little Dominican nurse, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know, like, it's crazy when, like, you rep this anime shit, and you also are good looking too. I'm like, wow, that's like perfect, bro. That's like perfect, bro. So we're on the date, and, you know, like, because we had been dating for a few weeks, I told her straight up, like, hey, I got you something for Christmas. It's nothing crazy. You don't have to go crazy. You know, like, it's just a small little gift just to show, like, like, hey, Merry Christmas. This is my appreciation for you, blah, blah, blah. I'm not like one of those dudes that goes out and buys like expensive ass shit for a girl I was just dating for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that weirdo shit, but I got something small, you know, like, hey, here, Merry Christmas. And she's like, oh my God, I did the same thing for you. And I was like, oh, word, bet. Let's see what this is. So obviously I let her go first, right? I let her go first. She gives me the Christmas gift. I already knew it was like some type of a clothing apparel. And she bought me, for those who were here earlier in the stream, you saw this, but for those who are just tuning in, she bought me my very first ugly Christmas sweater. And it's Yu Yu Hakusho. It's Yu Yu fucking Hakusho, you guys. Yusuke, Hiei, Kurama, Kuwabara. You got the logo. They're also on the sides as well. So this is just dope as fuck. I was like, holy shit. Because that's something that we talked about on the third date. I was like, yeah, I don't own any ugly Christmas sweaters. But, you know, I always thought they were really cool. And she was just like, oh, interesting. All right. So she got me that. Oh, shout out. We got 2 super chats coming in. Shout out to the homie Zack Rodriguez with the $20 super chat. My brother, thank you so much. Neo, glad you locked that relationship down. The girl sounds great and she's a nerd, which is a really awesome bonus. I got to get me a gym girl too. Also, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. We got the Persona 3 and 4 soon. Yes, sir, my brother. Next month, Persona 3 and 4 dropping on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Well, Persona 4 is already on PC, but 3 is coming. So it's everywhere, man. It's awesome. I cannot wait for you guys to experience it. And we got $5 coming in from MMDude15. Hey, Neo, I got a Series X for Christmas and 2 games. I also got Game Pass. Should I play Yakuza series by release date or chronological order? Well, Dude, Merry Christmas to you, my brother, and congratulations on the Series X. It's a dope-ass machine. In terms of Yakuza, I would definitely play it. Oh, man, so this is tough. I would recommend starting out with Yakuza 0. It's not the most recent game, nor is it the technically... Like, I don't... So here's the thing. Start with Yakuza 0. I say that because I think it's like all around one of the best Yakuza games of the past couple of years. And then from there, your love of Yakuza will be so strong that you can get through some of the older games in the series that probably haven't aged the greatest. Like, Yakuza 0 is pretty good. Yakuza Kiwami 1 is pretty solid. Yakuza 2, even though they remade it, the combat system is not as fluid. And then 3, 4, and 5 definitely show their age. They're great games, but it's definitely one of those situations where it's like, I want you to start out with a really strong entry and a really amazing game. And if you love it that much, you can get through some of the other titles in the series. Hold on one second, you guys. So yeah, I would definitely start out with Yakuza 0, play through that, and if you really enjoy it, you can work through the other games in the series. Another really good title I would say is Yakuza Like a Dragon. Now, Yakuza Like a Dragon, technically from a chronological standpoint, is the 7th mainline installment, but it has a whole new, brand new cast of characters that they don't interact with a lot of the old guard of people. So it's not like you need to have a lot of knowledge. However, when you get to the later chapters of the game, this is not a spoiler, but some characters do show up as a glorified cameo of sorts, which if you are a fan of those games, when you see them, it's awesome, but it's not as if it will really hinder your enjoyment of part 7 as its own thing. But I do have to mention that, you know. So Yakuza 0 or Like a Dragon, whichever you like, they're awesome. Like a Dragon is a turn-based JRPG, so it's similar to like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, and then Yakuza 0 is more akin to the other Yakuza games. It's a beat 'em up title. Okay, but yeah, back to what I was saying. So yeah, she got me this for Christmas, and I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. And what I got her for Christmas, I know this is gonna sound so funny because part of the reason why we first started talking was because she knew I was a big Persona fan based off like the car decal and everything. But I ended up getting her, like, and here's the funny thing. On the first day, we were talking about everything, and I was like, yeah, so you know about Persona and everything? She's like, yeah, you know, I played through Persona. I played through Persona 3, and I was like, holy shit, she played through Persona 3. I was like, Persona 3, that fucking ending. She's like, yeah, it's heavy. And I was like, holy shit. Like, because it's like very rare that you meet someone who plays Persona out in the wild, and then you meet someone who plays Persona 3. Because, you know, 3 is not the most accessible title by comparison to 4 and 5. And then I was asking her, like, yeah, you know, Persona 3 is awesome. My personal favorite is Persona 4 Golden. And she's like, yeah, I've never played anything past 3. And I was like, how did you recognize my decal then? Like, yeah, how do you know that? She said, well, because Persona 5 is everywhere. It's like everybody knows it if you know, like, this anime stuff. And I was like, that is true. That is very true. So I found out that she did not play Persona 5. I was like, interesting. So you know what my dumbass did the next day? My dumbass went on BestBuy.com, ordered her Persona 5 Royal for the Switch, and I was like, oh, okay, now we wait. Now we wait, bro. So I surprised her with Persona 5 Royal on the Switch. Like I said, nothing crazy because we had just started dating. Bro, the reaction on her face was absolutely insane, man. Like, we were out at dinner when we exchanged gifts, and she was just like, she screamed loud, like, oh my god, you got me Persona 5. Oh my god, no one has ever got me like a video game before. Like she had never gotten a video game before as a present. I was just like, whoa, are you serious? Like, yeah, like no one I ever dated really like supported my interest in my hobbies like that. And I was like, ouch. Like, that cut deep, bro. Like, seeing her reaction, like, part of me was like, wow, she's going crazy. But at the same part, it's like you just never know what somebody's going through or what somebody's been through with certain people. And just thinking about, like, how you never had someone who you were with romantically and they supported your hobbies and interests. I'm like, Jesus, bro, that's brutal, man. And I'm just sitting here like, damn, son. It's like, am I that for somebody? That's crazy. And she was just like, yeah, you know, like, I hear so many people talk about it and I've always wanted to play it, but I've just never had the time. You know, she has a PlayStation 4 and she has a Switch, but she plays a lot of Switch. Like I said, she's a big Zelda fan. So she's played through Breath of the Wild countless times. And I was like, yeah, here, Persona 5. It's one of my favorite games. I think you'll really enjoy it. And she's like, yeah, like, I definitely want to take my Switch to work now and play it, even though I'm probably not going to have a lot of time. And I was just like, do what you got to do. Play it, man. And just like seeing that reaction and just, you know, just like, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's like one of those situations where, you know, I always say, don't let anyone diminish your light or your enthusiasm for something, whether it's like a video game or your hobbies or your interest and your passion. It's like I say that, and then when I practice what I preach to other people and they see that, folks are so appreciative of that. And I'm not doing this like to pat myself on the back, but it's just like one of those things where I always say, like, yeah, do what you do, let the rest of the world worry about all that other stuff, you know? So I was like, damn, bro, that's crazy. And so after that, and, you know, after all the 5 dates that we went on, we were getting ready to go watch Avatar 2, which obviously was like a very big commitment. You know, you're watching a 3-hour-plus movie with somebody. Chris really be stealing our Persona 5 style. Oh, David Biglad, what's up, bro? You know, like, just like before we were doing that, we had a little bit of a drive to the theater. I straight up asked her. She said yes. She's like, I knew since the first date. And I was like, oh, shit, bro. That's crazy. So, yeah, that's I guess, the final update for a while. You know, that was yesterday. And, yeah, shit's pretty good, man. Shit's pretty good. Did not expect this. Did not expect this whatsoever, especially with how the year started. Like, romantically, it didn't start out very well for me. And then it ends off very well. And like I said, you know, it's still early, but I'm not seeing any of the crazy red flags or warning signs that I saw with like the previous women that I was dealing with. And it's like, it's nice when you see someone who is all about their accountability and their, like, the things that I say that I'm about, when you see that about another person and they're about that shit too, and they mean it, and it's not just face value, it's a good feeling, man. It doesn't feel like, it doesn't honestly feel like anything changed. Like, everything just feels so chill because of it. And that's honestly all I can ask for, man. So that's the conclusion of this little arc of this little story. Yeah, so there's that, you guys. Oh, this man said I'm teary-eyed. Oh, man, thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys so much. Strictly Gaming, what's up, my brother? What's up, Strictly? Hope you and the little peanut had a Merry Christmas, bro. Oh, and then we got Asbel Lon with the $2 Australian. Wishing you a happy 2023, my brother. Yes, guys, we officially are. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more days until it's another new year. Like, that's absolutely insane, bro. Got me ready to comment, Neo. Yeah, so honestly, what I will say is, I guess the moral of the story is just like continue to be yourself, continue to practice what you preach, and then eventually you're gonna find someone who is your speed in a lot of ways, and they just so happen to be interested in a lot of the same things you are, and shit is just pretty good, man. Did I say Asbel?
I said asphalt. Oh my God, Maddie. Valkyrie24. I'm so sorry, bro. My mind is going out crazy. Neo out here. What did he say? What did DIMWITMONKEY say? Neo out here clapping gamer cheeks, bro. It's different, bro. Like I said, I've never been with like a nerd or a weeb before, man. It's just new to me. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, because all the girls that I was ever dating, like, they weren't into games. I mean, they knew what they were, but it's whatever. But now it's like you have somebody who understands, like, hey, I'm gonna need this day all to myself because I want to play this. And it was the weirdest thing because it was like, all right, let me tell you this. Hold on. This is crazy. Hey, Cyborg, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we just had a really wholesome story. Yeah, so let me give you all a perfect example. So, like, what was it? It was like a busy week, blah, 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 and everything. And we could have spent a lot of time together on one day, but she was just like, no. I only want to hang out for X amount of hours on this day because I know you want to finish up your game. And I was like, that is the most considerate thing somebody has ever said to me. Like, wow. She was just like, no. You play your game for the next few hours and then we'll hang out. I was like, wow. Like, it's just like, wow, bro. Like, I'm taking it back. Because, you know, before I used to have to explain, like, hey, you know, like, we hang out, we do what we do, we have our fun time. But sometimes, you know, people just want to stay in the crib and play games. Because, you know, like, this shit, like, we need our alone time for ourselves. And just to have someone who understands that, and she's the same way, she's just like, hey, I'm gonna be playing blah 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 if I don't respond. I was like, go ahead. That's like, wow, that's crazy. I was speechless, Waddle Man. I was like, that's rare, bro. That's rare. Someone said, does she have a sister? Yeah, man, it's crazy. Never let her go. Yo, honestly, like, this is the most excited I've been to date somebody in a while, bro. Like, I always, you know, we always say that when we find somebody, but like, when you genuinely feel so excited that you feel calm, it's a good feeling. And bro, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, man, it's different. She was just like, okay, what are you doing next Wednesday? And I was like, nothing, I'm off. All right, I'm making reservations for dinner in the city. I want to take you out on a date. All you have to do is show up at Grand Central at 6 o'clock. I'm like, huh? And she's like, yeah, no, I'm taking you out on a date. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, I'm not telling you where we're going, but I'm going to take you on the date and some other stuff. And I was like, okay. I'm just like, okay, yep. Yeah, man, it's a good feeling. $5 from DIMWITMONKEY. Wishing everyone some good DMP in the new year. You are all loved. I love that, DIMWITMONKEY. That is a fact. I hope everybody gets lucky. I hope everybody gets lucky, man. Shit. So the moral of the story is to get a Persona 5 bumper sticker. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Shit. Chris, you need to put a ring on it soon. Yeah, that's what everyone's been telling me. But listen, let me date. Let me date for a solid couple years first. Bro, you found a keeper. Gives me hope. Honestly, man, you know, it's like I wasn't even looking at it too. Like, I'm gonna tell you all this. Like, I've been out on so many dates this past year, you know, and just nothing ever clicked. Nothing ever clicked. Like, there were some dates I had where it's like, all right, we got past the first date into a second date, but just I didn't feel that chemistry or that spark. And to me, if I don't feel something, I'm not gonna pursue it like that because I feel like it's a waste of both our times. So after I think like the third or fourth date I was on, I was like, bro, I'm gonna try again next year. I'm done. I'll just go back to what I was doing. It's the holiday season. I'm gonna spend this time with my family. And then lo and behold, like one of the last dates I was supposed to go on beforehand, this ends up happening. And I'm like, shit, all right, bro. It's different, man. It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling, honestly. Okay, but let me answer some questions. Neo, are you a firm believer in saying the ball is in my ex's court? We broke up in July and I reached out 3 times in that span and failed. You believe it's meant to be or not? So, as far as that is concerned, man, the way I look at it is like this. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, absolutely. However, both parties have got to work on it. And if you're putting in this all this effort to try to get back to her, well, first things first, my brother, you have to identify why you are going back to her. Are you going back to her because you feel like that was the best you ever had? Or are you going back to her because it's been some time, you feel lonely and blah, 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 right? Whatever your reasoning is, you have to figure that out. Are you just horny? Are you lonely? Like, what is it? And if she doesn't want to reach out to you, bro, that's just one of the harshest lessons in life you got to learn. She doesn't want to. It is what it is, my brother. You know, I've been in situations where I've wanted to, well, you know, like previous relationships I've been in, you know, reach back out to exes. We try to make it work. It doesn't work. Because again, it goes back to the same thing, like why it didn't work in the first place, you know? So if it's not working out right now, man, it is what it is. I mean, it's not here to say that maybe in a few years' time it can't work out. You might be different people in 2025. Who knows? But the important thing, brother, is to not try to dwell too much on something like that right now. I think the important thing is to get back to doing what you like to do, all types of personal and professional development on your front, whether it's your job, your career, your education, working out in the gym, like getting back to your hobbies and your interests and working to live past that feeling. Because I've been there and it really sucks, bro. But once you're able to get over that, it feels like a weight is lifted off your shoulders and you're just like, wow, why am I even worrying about this in the first place? Cup of Water says you always keep it moving. Exactly. You always have to keep it moving. You never want to rely too heavily on another individual for anything in life, you know, especially someone who's not in your life anymore. Like that is something else a lot of people don't realize. They're not in your life anymore. They could, for all we know, they could be bettering themselves. They could be getting digged down for all we know. And you're over here crying about her. Not you specifically, Penny, but you're over here crying about them thinking that I want to make this work. Like, nah, man, she's moaning Poppy in somebody else's ear, not yours, bro. So just focus on what you're doing, bro. Focus on what you're doing. Go better yourself and find someone else. Yep, that's how it is. $10 coming in from the homie Zack Rodriguez. Thank you, brother. Moral of the story, go to the gym and get your gains and get your Persona 4. That's really cool how she started Persona 3 as first as I did, then 5. Very much looking forward to 4 Golden on the Xbox. Yeah, I'm excited to see what she has to, because I feel like Persona 5 is definitely going to be up her alley, especially with how just everything works perfectly in that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a person, she's a big anime fan, so I think she's really going to appreciate how stylistic the game could be and how well written the characters are. I'm excited, man. Alpha Male Podcast, just a nutshell. But yeah, listen, like, we've all been there. Like, I'm the first person to admit, you know, like, whenever I go through a breakup, I feel some type of way, man. It hurts, you know, and I don't feel any type of shame talking about that publicly. It is what it is. Like, I'm an emotional person. I don't bury shit deep down. You know, thankfully I have a really good circle of people in my life that I can talk to about this shit, you know, and I can work through some stuff. You know, some stuff I work through, a lot of stuff I work through privately before I even talk about that shit publicly. Unfortunately, you have a lot of people who do the opposite, which is not a good thing at all. You never want to talk too openly about the shit you're going through before you yourself have dealt with it, because then you start putting expectations in people's heads about you and that other person, and it's not healthy at all. But yelling Poppy in somebody else's ears killed me. It's true. Yes, the 4K on Persona 5 Royal is fantastic. It's fantastic. But yeah, man, never lose sight of the mission, my brothers. Never lose sight of the mission. Does she watch your videos, Chris? You know what the funny thing is, you guys? She doesn't even know I have a YouTube channel yet. Because we've talked so much about everything that I haven't even brought up my YouTube channel. Like, normally it comes up when I'm talking to somebody and it's just like one of the things that I would throw in there. Like, yeah, this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. And then we've just been talking about so much stuff that we lose track of time that I didn't even mention, like, oh shit, I also do this and I also do that and everything. So I think when I mentioned to her, like, because I allude to certain things, you know what I'm saying? Because she wonders, because, you know, girls always question, like, oh, you have a lot of followers on Instagram. You know, I have 1,800 followers on Instagram, which is not crazy, but to like a regular person who has maybe 1, 2, 300, that's weird, you know? And she's like, but you're not like one of these influencers or whatever. Why do you have a lot of followers? And I was like, well, yeah, I have a lot of friends online, you know, a lot of gamers, a lot of anime people. We discuss a lot of stuff, you know? I never brought up the whole YouTube channel thing because that's just a whole rabbit hole I could get into. And to be honest, I only really like sharing my favorite of hobbies with people who I genuinely fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who I truly like, hey, this is what I do in my life. I want to show you. I want to like bring you into this. Like that stuff. Like, I guess I keep it close to the chest. Obviously, I'm not ashamed of it because I've been doing this for about to be 15 years. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't need to tell you everything I do. But for her, it's like, yeah, you know, I do a lot of this and blah, blah, blah. And then I would just say certain things like, yeah, you know, when I went to E3, and she's like, you went to E3, and I was like, mm-hmm. You know, just like small shit. Like, I don't know. Like, when I tell her that, I think she's definitely gonna go insane. Cause like when I tell y'all, she's a huge weeb and a huge nerd. Like, bro, she be saying like weeb shit when we be talking about stuff. It's the funniest and cutest thing in the world. What can I say? Keep the mystery, G. Yeah, you got to, bro. You got to. Look at him. He's just so elongated on the bed, you guys. You can't really see because of the chat. But look, he went from being curled up in a ball right here, and now he's all the way over there. She gonna lose it when you find out you have a YouTube. Yeah, bro. I'll be like, yeah, you know, do this and that. How old is Nugget? Well, when we rescued Nugget, the adoption center said he was anywhere from like 1 to 2 years old. They couldn't exactly tell with certainty. So we just assumed he was 2 years old when we adopted him. And we've had him since Christmas 2011. So that's been 11 plus years. So we assume he's like 13 years old, something like that. So he's a little old man. $4.99 super chat coming in from the Sensu Bean plug. Is Barcade a good first date? My buddy said it wasn't. You want to know what's crazy, Sensu Bean plug? This is so crazy. So, excuse me. So for the first date I went on with this girl, we went to go see the One Piece movie. And that was purely because, like, I didn't really know where we were going with this shit. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take this girl. Because, you know, like, all the other women who I've taken out, we've always gone out for dinner or we've gone out for drinks. And it was like, same shit over and over again. But she was like, I want to go see this One Piece movie. And I said, fuck it, let's go see this One Piece movie. I don't care. So we go see the movie and we have a really good time watching the movie. There was like maybe like 5 people in the theater because it was about to leave theaters. And we were all laughing and having a good time. Movie itself wasn't that great, but, you know, the theater people were cool. So we went out and we saw a movie, and then like afterwards I was like, you want to get dinner? And she was like, yeah, absolutely, I'm starving. And we got dinner and drinks, and it was amazing. As a general rule of thumb though, wow, is that the phrase right? A general rule of thumb? My brain is broken today. I'm forgetting all the phrases, guys. Holy shit. There's a rule of thumb. There it is. As a general rule of thumb, yes, that is correct. Thank you. I thought I was tweaking for a second, you guys. Jesus. Sounds about right. Jason's like, yeah, sounds about right. Sure, it works. As a general rule, they always say when you go out on a first date with somebody, you want to take them to a place where you guys can talk about stuff, as opposed to a place where you can't really talk about stuff like at a movie, right? But if there's one thing I've learned, man, you just got to do what works best for you. And something like the Barcade is awesome because Barcade is very fun. It takes the stress off of dinner and drinks with somebody, and you could do something that's a little competitive so it can ease the nerves a bit. So yeah, I would definitely recommend doing that. We don't have too many barcades local to where I'm at, so we have to go to the city for that. But that's definitely something I do want to do. Go to a barcade, play like old school arcade games and shit like that. Oh, like round one, whenever I go to like Texas, I love going to round one because there's so many games there. Like okay, you know what? The closest arcade we have here is like a Dave & Buster's. You know what I'm saying? And Dave & Buster's is cool and shit, but like, you want to go to a barcade where it's got all the classic shit. You know what I'm saying? Film Red was mid. Yeah. Film Red was pretty fucking mid, bro. Like, it ain't no Strong World. It certainly ain't no Film Z. I have to see Stampede, though. I haven't seen Stampede. That's on my list. People said it's fire. I saw Film Gold, and that was kind of whatever. But yeah, like, freaking Film Red was fucking mid, bro. Like, the final fight was dope. But everything else, I was like, yo, man, just because you didn't mean you should. Or just because you could didn't mean you should. $4.99 super chat coming in from GC Plugs. Merry Christmas, brother. Hope you and your family as well. Thank you so much, Bobby. Same to you, my guy. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. I see you, you've been out there grinding on that workflow and shit, man. Hope all's well. If you ever have the chance, go to the Galloping Ghost Arcade in Brookfield, Illinois. That sounds like a pretty fire place based off the name. Let's go to the Galloping Ghost Arcade. Galloping Ghost Arcade. Stampede's pretty good. It's a celebration of the series. Okay. Yeah, that grind never ends, bro. That's about to be me next year, man. We got more goals. We got more goals for 2023, bro. That's what it's all about. We rested a bit this year, and then we back at it. We back at it like a crack addict, pulling double duty. Man, hey, listen, Bob, if you like One Piece Film Red, I love it for you, bro. Like, I was watching that shit. There was a little too much music for my liking. Yeah, Amelie, she was in the English version, but one thing that sucked is they didn't let her sing the English versions of the songs. That was annoying. Like, bro, you have Amelie, and I know it's probably a licensing thing, but you know. Did you watch the new Margot Robbie movie? He said Maggot Robbie. If you're talking about Babylon, no. I do want to get out there and watch the movie though, because I do like the director's previous output. He did La La Land and Whiplash. But it's just finding time to do multiple 3-hour movies. Like I just saw Avatar yesterday, and that was 3 hours, and I enjoyed that. But then seeing this, like, oh man, it's another 3-hour movie that I have to find time for. Oh, we have $10 coming in from Hibachi. Thank you so much. Which one of these characters has the dopest transformation? Demon Inuyasha, Hollow Ichigo, Nine-Tailed Naruto, Demon Yusuke, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Okay, so out of that entire list, I would definitely have to say I loved Demon Yusuke's transformation just because of the complete, total ass whooping that he gave Sensui afterwards. Like, holy shit, bro. That was so hype, man. Like, literally, it was like so much adrenaline packed into like 2 minutes of fighting. It was dope, man. That man grabbed this dude by his collar, started swinging him around. So disrespectful, bro. That man was stomping on that nigga's chest, bro. That man was head-butting Sensui. That was so disrespectful, bro. So disrespectful. That was insane. Yeah, Whiplash is amazing. So I would definitely say Demon Yusuke. Hollow Ichigo's transformation was pretty good too. Demon Inuyasha's, oh bro, when he started, I do like Demon Inuyasha's transformation when he was this his first time? When he went up against that like bug dude and he was trapped in the cocoon and then he broke out and he just slaughtered everybody. That was brutal. See, I would say if I had to rank it, Demon Yusuke, Hollow Ichigo, and then Demon Inuyasha. What are your thoughts on James Gunn rebooting the DC universe? What do you want? I mean, we talked about this last time, so I'm gonna keep it short, but I just want a coherent DC universe. I just want something that's gonna be built to last. I don't need it to be crazy interconnected like Marvel does their things. I just want good DC movies that stand on their own as movies, and they're also great in service to the characters. For Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, anything you can think of, you know? So that's all I can really want. I don't necessarily think they need to go things exactly the same way that Marvel does it, because as you see right now, if you just do things for the sake of a universe, that's really compromising the quality of the shows. I think that the quality of the movies or TV shows or whatever should be the focal point, and then you could do all the world building shit like what Marvel used to do, basically. Who would you cast as a new Batman or use Robert Pattinson? Honestly, I would want Robert Pattinson to stay disconnected. I want that to be its own little thing, because if there's one thing I love about Matt Reeves as a filmmaker, I love what he's doing with this little pocket of the Batman universe. I really like what he's established, and the last thing I really want is there just to be too many cooks in the kitchen and, oh, you're doing this Batman stuff here, but then you have to use Batman in his own story here, blah, blah, blah. I think there should be two different Batman. Let the Matt Reeves stuff have its run its course, and then do a Batman for this new DC universe that's long term, and you don't have to worry about trying to fit and adapt tones, you know? I feel like if they do have a Batman, well, they are, but if they have a new Batman in the DC universe, the tone should definitely be more akin to something more all around than more of like the grittier, darker take that we've seen with like the Nolan movies and the Matt Reeves movies. I love those, but if you want like an all-around Batman, you know, similar to the stuff that we've seen in the cartoons, I think that's the best approach. You can make it different enough, and at the same time, you know, still have it be its own, like, you can identify it as Batman. But yeah, if I had to cast Batman right now, I mean, that's the thing. They're probably going to want to go with actors, everyone who's like under 35, because they want to have longevity for them. They'll probably try to make it, even though Robert Pattinson is like a year 2 Batman, they'll probably do the same thing for this Batman. He's not going to be like an old, worn down Batman like Batfleck was. So it's going to be somebody like 25 to 35 in that range. And I'm looking at stuff and actors right now, and like any person who I'm looking at right now, I'm like, oh yeah, they could be a good Batman. You know, like all they have to do is bulk up and be a good actor. Like it's very, like Bruce Wayne is one of those characters where it's like, just be a good actor and bulk up. Like, that's honestly what it is. This is not that complicated. Cast Tom Holland. Oh, yeah, well, worst comes to worst, just cast Tom Holland. Shit. There you go. $5 super chat coming in from Julian Phoenix. Is Avatar 2 really that good? Because the first one was mid. Okay, so we'll talk about Avatar 2 for a little bit, you guys. Because I did see the movie yesterday. I finally got a chance to go watch the film last night. Saw it in 3D, which was very rare for me to do because I don't like seeing movies in 3D. There aren't a lot of 3D movies anyways, but 3D as a format for someone who wears glasses is always cumbersome. But I really enjoyed the first Avatar movie in the sense that the 3D was fantastic. So I was like, all right, if I'm going to see another Avatar movie, I want to see it in 3D. Holy fuck. This Avatar movie, coming from somebody who I didn't really care for the first one. I appreciate it from the technical point of view. The story, it was okay. It was fine. It was serviceable. What James Cameron did with this sequel is absolutely insane. Holy shit, dude. So I'm going to get this right up before someone calls me a hype beast or whatever. Is this movie going to change your mind if you did not like the first Avatar movie? No. I don't think that if you saw the first Avatar movie and then you watch this one, you're going to be like, oh my God, it's like going from this movie to the Winter Soldier, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that at all. Is it a better movie in terms of it being a more personable, relatable story? Yes. Is there more emotion in this one than the first one? Yes. But is it this crazy, like Shakespearean, like, yo, this is what sequels are made of? From that point of view, no. And I don't think that's exactly what James Cameron sets out to do. James Cameron, if you look at his entire filmography, all his stories are very simple. They're very simple, by the number stories. And because they're so simple, it gives him opportunities to work on so many other things surrounding the movie and make those aspects that much stronger. So yeah, if you didn't have maybe the high technical prowess of these movies, you might walk into an Avatar film and you'd be like, yeah, that wasn't anything crazy. But because you have that high level of technical advancements, combine that with something that's like pretty decent for a story, it just makes the experience 10 times better. So Avatar: The Way of Water, for me personally, it worked on a lot of levels. I felt a lot more attached to the characters. Like this time around, I hope this isn't a spoiler, but I will say the parents kind of take a back seat as opposed to the children. The children are definitely more in the forefront, which, you know, I'm always a person who is very hesitant on these legacy type of movies where you get the kids involved, because more often than not, the kids are just annoying as fuck, like anime in a nutshell. But in this movie, you actually really get to bond with the kids, and there's a lot of emotional weight attached to the kids. And there's a lot of lessons that the kids learn in this movie that they kind of apply to the older guard in a really organic and natural way. So I really liked that front. In addition to that, just going into the world of Pandora, seeing how everything is just so expanded, like going from the forest in the first movie and the wonder and the mysticism that was that part of Pandora, and then you go to the water, the more aquatic side, and just how I can't get over, like, literally, like, how this world keeps getting bigger and bigger in that respect, and there's still the same level of detail. It is absolutely incredible. When you're watching this movie, every single shot is somehow better than the one that came before it. It's absolutely insane, bro. It's absolutely insane. Like, the visuals and what he does with that is very much so a part of the film's narrative. Like, it's fucking insane, because for the most part, visuals, they come after all the other things. But here, it's like, no, this is a part of the story and what we're telling. It's incredible. And if you watch this movie in 3D, you guys, please watch it on the biggest screen possible. It's just so beautiful. Now, I will say this, though. Even though it's beautiful and the 3D is fantastic, the film does fluctuate with its frame rate. So it uses HFR, which is high frame rate, which if you guys have seen The Hobbit, the first Hobbit movie, Peter Jackson used high frame rate in that movie. Basically, he ran it at like, what, 48 frames per second. This movie will fluctuate from 24 frames per second to 48 frames per second. For some of them, it will work out really good. And then for other scenes, it's like, oh, you could have kept that at 24. It is a little jarring to get used to. But because it's implemented, like everything else surrounding is implemented so well, I didn't experience any type of headache or issues like that. It did make it seem like it was like the most beautiful video game we have never played before in our lives. And honest to God, like this is going to be the best looking movie until James Cameron comes out with another movie, which the way it's looking right now is probably going to be Avatar 3 in 2 years. Now, is it going to have the same effect and appeal going from a 13-year-old movie to this movie and then 2 years later? Probably not. But yeah, it's still something incredible to witness. And once you get used to the frame rate changes, it's just so cool because there's literally no other movie out there that does that. And like I said, the 3D on this movie, it was really one of those examples, as corny as this sounds, I'm not trying to hype the movie up, where I was just like, that is so close. And my girl, she was right next to me. She was like, what the fuck, bro? Because it's like, dude, like, I think the last movie I saw in 3D, I think it was like the first Captain America movie. That was like 2011. I might have seen something. So I saw a preview of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. No, I saw Warcraft in 3D. Yeah, I saw Warcraft 3D. So that was 6 years ago. 6.5 years ago. So, yeah, it's been a while. And normally I hate 3D movies, but this one was very fucking good. Like, James Cameron, I would not bet against him. If he says like, yeah, this movie is great in 3D, I believe that man. Like, James Cameron's like, jump, I say how high, bro. So, yeah, I mean, without getting into spoilers and shit like that, the movie itself, in my opinion, was a big step up by comparison to the first movie. It definitely does feel like this is chapter 2 in a however long saga that it's going to be, because, you know, he's talking about doing 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think the important thing is if this movie does well, they're going to do the next one, etc., etc. But yeah, it definitely does feel as if like they're building up towards something, because by the end of the movie, you're just like, holy shit, something's about to happen. And dare I say, I'm excited for the third movie. I want to see what happens in this world of Pandora. Like, I really do, man. So yeah, I really enjoyed Avatar: The Way of Water. I was surprised at how much I liked it. I definitely want to see it again, because I saw it in RPX 3D, because my girl wanted the recliner seats, and the IMAX that we have does not have recliner seats. They have the couch seats, but it's not recliner. It's a 3-hour movie. So I do want to see it in IMAX 3D. And then also me and my boy, AmazingJD, we want to plan to see that shit in Dolby 3D. So we're probably going to do that sometime in the beginning of the year. So I might end up seeing Avatar 3 times, which I can't even think about. Like, I used to be like, man, fuck Avatar. Now I'm like, yo, listen, man, I'm about to see this Avatar movie 3 times in a row, bro. Like, it's crazy. So I would recommend you guys check it out. I'm not going to say it's going to change your mind on everything. It's not going to be like movie of the year in terms of its story, but it's serviceable at what it does. And I can't get over like just how realized this world is. Like, there's literally nothing else out there like it, and there won't be anything else out there like it until James Cameron comes out with his next movie. Like, it is what it is. Will I cry? There is one big emotional moment in the movie, so there's a possibility. Like, I didn't cry, but I was like, damn. So you're not gonna cry, but you're gonna be like, damn. Hey, the couch seats? Yes, sir, the couch seats. They're perfect for the cuddles. Has Avatar 2 made $1 billion yet? I think it's about to make $1 billion tonight. I believe so. Okay, but yeah, so that's Avatar. $5 coming in from Hibachi. Yo, did you hear Michael B. Jordan might be the new Superman? I hope this is cap. So they've been running with that story for a while. I assume you're referring to... Well, here's the thing. Apparently that Black Superman movie is still in development. I don't know for how long. But there was this Black Superman movie produced by J.J. Abrams, written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, who, you know, he worked on the Black Panther comics. And he was writing this movie back for the old guard of DC. Now, whether or not that stays in this new era of DC, I have no idea. But, I mean, I like Michael B. Jordan. But Michael B. Jordan is not the person I would cast as Superman, because Michael B. Jordan kind of just plays Michael B. Jordan for the most part in every movie. And that's cool for Michael B. Jordan. But if I was gonna cast a black Superman, I would definitely cast a lot more other black actors before I'd cast Michael B. Jordan. Like, he's cool, but like, I can't see him as Superman. I can't see him as Superman. Like, I could see the guy who played Hawkman as Superman before I could see Michael B. Jordan. I could see Jonathan Majors as Superman before I could see Michael B. Jordan. Damn, Jonathan Majors as Superman. That would have been awesome. Hey, what's up, Big Nate? How you doing, bro? You accidentally saw Wakanda Forever in 3D and the 3D was eh. Yeah, man, because most of the time 3D, I mean 99% of the time 3D is just a fucking gimmick. The movies aren't shot in 3D. They're post-converted, and it's just a gimmick to try to get, you know, more money out of people. Like, oh my god, 3D? We haven't seen 3D in a while. But with Avatar, James Cameron's like, no. And that's a cool thing. So about this Avatar movie, unlike the first one, the first Avatar movie in 3D was weird because it played with depth of field, and it made like characters who were in the focus. Okay, so you know how like when you're watching a movie, there'd be a character who's in the focus and there are characters who's not in the focus, right? In Avatar, when you watch the first one in 3D, both characters would be in focus, even though they're not supposed to be. Like, all the attention is on one person. So it really fucked with your eyes. And this one, it did not. It was so much better. Did you hear about Hogwarts Legacy pre-orders canceled on digital? No, I didn't. Why is it canceled? Was there like a mistake or something? Like, why would they cancel digital pre-orders? Unless, like, well, I know the last gen versions of the game got delayed and the Switch version got delayed, but it still should be on track for what, February, something like that. $5 coming in from Julian Phoenix. Have you played Marvel's Midnight Suns? They say it's good, but I can't get over that Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memory card battle system. So I got sent a code of Midnight Suns from who's the publisher? 2K. So I got a code sent to me a while back. I have not got a chance to touch it because I have other games on my radar. But from what I've been hearing, you know, from people who've actually played it, they say the game is really solid for the combat. They said a lot of stuff surrounding the game is kind of wonky. Like, it's just not as much attention to detail. But in terms of the combat system, I'm hearing good things. So I'm willing to give it a shot, you know, play something different. Like, I really do love the XCOM games, and even though this is not the XCOM game that I would have wanted, I'll give it a shot and see what it's hitting for. Jakan King says, would Neo want a Yu Yu Hakusho remake? Honestly, I would say no. Like, I know a lot of people say, well, wouldn't you want a remake if it's like better animation, or it could be even closer to the manga, blah, blah, blah. But for me, Yu Yu Hakusho is just one of those series that is just so entrenched in the early 90s that you can't really do it nowadays. You can't do that shit justice, bro. It would just come off as something that appears so cheap, man. Like, it's different if it's like a high fantasy type of a story, like Berserk. If we ever got a proper adaptation of Berserk, like, there's 3 constants in life: death, taxes, and never getting a proper Berserk anime adaptation. Like, it's just not gonna work, unfortunately. But with Yu Yu Hakusho and a lot of those things that are just so intrinsically a byproduct of the late 80s, early 90s, doing that in the modern era, I don't know, you'd have to put a lot of love and attention into that, and I just don't know if I really trust a lot of studios nowadays to do that. So I just think Yu Yu Hakusho works fine as it is. Leave it alone. Let people enjoy it, you know? Like, we don't really need to remake it. I think there's other animes that don't hold up as well, and other animes that need proper adaptations. Like, I would love a proper reboot of Soul Eater. I think that would be great. Versus Yu Yu Hakusho. I feel like Yu Yu Hakusho is still very much so timeless. And it's one of those things that, like, I don't know, the older I get, the more I'm like, let's just enjoy things for what they were. You know, like, leave it alone. Like, we love classic Scorsese movies. They don't need to be remade. Classic Tarantino movies, they don't need to be remade. Like, that's just the product of the time. Yeah. I've been playing The Quarry. Have you played it? I played like an hour of it, and then that shit was started to give me motion sickness. Yeah, the motion blur on that game was crazy. I had to uninstall it. Did you see the Trigun remake? No, I didn't. It's out? I saw ads for it. I didn't know it was out yet. I want a Naruto Kai. I mean, I feel like the OG Naruto holds up pretty well. And the thing about Naruto, the first anime, is that all you really need to do is cut out the last, like, 80 episodes, and you're good to go, bro. I mean, the only thing we'd really get from a Naruto remake would be better animations for fight scenes. That's essentially it. Can't you turn off the motion blur? So, to my knowledge, when I played the game, you couldn't turn off the motion blur, at least on the PlayStation 5 version. I don't know if they've patched it since. If they've patched it since, I will go back and play it, because I do like those type of, like, super massive games. Caitlin, what's going on, sis? How you doing, girl? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Hey, Neo, what are your thoughts on 2023? It's going to be another year. And at the end of the day, it's what you make out of the time you got. So let's make the best out of it, you guys. That's it. If you can be marginally better than you were this year, then the year is already off to a good success. Excuse me. They made it work for JoJo and Urusei Yatsura, so I'd be down. Yeah, but the thing is, with Urusei Yatsura, that's definitely more of a, like, a comedic show. So it's like the setting is not necessarily a big, well, at least the setting is not necessarily a big part of the show in that respect, because this new version is more modernized to an extent. Whereas some of the stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho, I don't know, it's just, it gives off that vibe of that era. And I, like, what, we just get better animation? Like, I don't know. I don't think it really needs that. You know, like, Urusei Yatsura is much older than Yu Yu Hakusho. So I could see that at least from an animation point of view and for comedy purposes, sure. But Yu Yu Hakusho, it's like, that shit is fine, you know? And I don't trust, like, modern studios like that, man. They're gonna take away the heart and so. Okay, perfect example. Perfect example. I got a perfect example for y'all. When they remade the Case Closed Detective Conan episodes, Moonlight Sonata Murder. You guys remember that episode? It's like one of the most quintessential episodes of that long ass show, right? They remade those, I think, a few years ago as like a celebration. Some of the most boneless remakes you could ever see. They took out all the heart and the soul of that friggin' mystery. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? I just don't trust them, bro. Shaman King got done dirty. Yeah, that's another thing, man. I was so excited. I was so excited for that Shaman King remake. And then I was like, wait, it's over? How the fuck? And then they just rushed a lot of shit. And I was like, all right, I don't trust nobody no more, bro. This is why I have trust issues, man. 2023 will be the year we finally see next-gen games not hold back by previous gen. Well, hopefully. That's all I can hope for, man. We still got a couple of cross-gen games coming out. I mean, like, first-party-wise, Xbox should be dropping a lot of heat. Finally. It's been 3 years, so finally. PlayStation, the only game I think that we know confirmed from first-party that's coming out next year is Spider-Man 2, right? Like, there's nothing else that we know of. Like, I mean, yeah, you have VR stuff. And you have third-party deals like Final Fantasy and Forspoken. But if we're talking like first-party stuff, is Spider-Man the only thing coming out next year? I hope not. Hope they surprise us with some shit. What's up, Wee Man on Wheels? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I'm talking like first-party. I'm talking first-party. I don't know. If Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth comes out at the end of the year, I'd be surprised. But I'm not holding my breath. I'm thinking that might be 2024. I don't know. Knowing Square, bro. I don't know. Chris, did you hear about the Netflix password sharing is getting banned soon? It's banned in the UK. What are your thoughts? So, I mean, that's, it's Netflix, man. That's all I can really say. Like, the thing about streaming that a lot of these companies, what they need to understand is they need to find ways to make this shit profitable, because endlessly investing money in all of this content, I don't necessarily think is paying off for them, because they don't have reoccurring revenue like that. Like, the thing about being a Netflix subscriber is that it doesn't matter if they spend $1 million on an episode of a show or if they spend $10 million on an episode of a show. It all matters about how many people are subscribing to the service. And sure, you'll have a lot of people subscribe for like Stranger Things and shit like that. But other than that, it's like they don't really build up too much of their other stuff. It's like if it's not a success in the first season or two, They're going to cancel it, and they're going to put that money towards something else that they hope is a success. And if that's not a success, it's done. So there's tons of shows I'm sure you guys know that just don't have that crazy appeal. And I'm going to be honest, not every show needs to have the worldwide appeal of a Squid Game or a Stranger Things. It is what it is. But to these companies, they're like, no, we got to invest more money in doing this and blah, blah, blah. There's only so many subscribers in the world, and there's only so many times that they can give you money for stuff. It's different if you're doing a transactional service like a movie, where, okay, Disney as a studio puts out multiple films per year, right? So if I want to see those Disney movies when they come out, I have to go to the theater and pay them my oh shit. Hold on one second, you guys. I have to pay them my $15, $16 for a ticket. And if I want to see it again, I got to do the same thing. Or I have to, you know, if the movie comes out on Blu-ray, I'll buy that or subscribe on Disney Plus. Either way, in order for them to get that initial wave of money, I have to support that movie, right? Which is where a lot of these companies get most of their revenue when it's out in theaters for the first time. And then, of course, you have merchandising and all that other stuff. With Netflix, all they really have is that subscription number. And like me, I've been subscribed to Netflix since 2010. So they're not gaining any extra money off of me outside of when they raise subscription prices. They only gain that X amount of money, whether they put out a Stranger Things or whether they put out Alice in the Borderland, which I just started watching today. I'm on the first episode. There's not like any other forms of revenue that they can use to monetize these shows. Now, there are other options that, you know, a lot of people have been saying that Netflix should explore, like with the money that they spend on these big theatrical movies. Maybe you put them out in theaters for a limited time, make some money back, and then hype up the streaming release. That would be even better because you're satisfying two markets. You're satisfying the people who want to see the movies in theaters on a big screen with the best visuals and the best audio. And you're also satisfying the people out there who, how do I say this, right? You're giving people something to look forward to. Like if they hear a lot, like, oh, perfect example. Knives Out, Glass Onion, right? Knives Out, Glass Onion had a limited theatrical release. I think it was like 600 theaters worldwide or something like that. It was a small amount of theaters, but that movie made money when it was out for a week, right? If they had put that movie out as a full-on theatrical release, even if it was 30 days long, right? 30 days exclusive theatrical release, you could have made the budget of that movie and then some back, and then say, hey, if you really enjoyed this movie, it's going to be out on Netflix. But what they did was they put it out for a week. You have all this positive buzz, and then it comes out and people are watching it on Netflix. They didn't gain any extra money when it was out there, because more often than not, the people who are subscribed have been subscribed for a while. So I don't understand that. So when they're saying like password sharing is going to like be the solution to all their problems, okay, sure. Like I will say this much though. If Netflix wants to charge me an extra $4 a month or $5 a month to share my account with 2 or 3 other people, I'm fair game with that. I don't think that's too, you know, it's not a bad thing to do because, you know, at the end of the day, we're not supposed to be sharing our account information. It's supposed to be exclusive to us. But if they're like, hey, if you want to add family and friends to this, sure. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to pay for a tier where, like, you know how they're coming out with that Game Pass family plan? Sure. If you want to charge me an extra like $5-10 a month to share with 3 or 4 people, sure. I'm down with that. But the way they're going about this, saying like, yeah, we're going to do this and blah, 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 it's just, you're not giving us the content to get excited about, number one. And then you're doing all this other stuff, like keep raising the prices. It just is not a good look. It isn't a good look. I don't mind paying more if it gives me the option to share with a bunch of people, because that's what I do. Like everyone in my family, we have different subscription services. Like I pay for Netflix. My sister pays for Disney Plus. You know, like it's just how it works. Like we all pay for different subscription services. And if you want to charge me a little more just so I can share with everybody and have peace of mind, sure. But at the end of the day, the Series S is the problem and why Netflix is not profitable. So it's just one of the things we have to accept, unfortunately. That damn Series S, at it again. Yeah, like right now for me, what I watch on Netflix, I mean, I just finished watching Wednesday. I thought that was a pretty decent show. That'll probably get another season or 2. But most of the time, I'm just watching a lot of like stand-up specials. I'm exactly the same thing as you, man. Exactly the same way, Carl. Like they have so much good stand-up on there. Yeah, Alice in Borderland is gonna be my next binge. I'm like halfway through the first episode, and then once I finish Alice in the Borderland, What's that show people say, Yellow Jacket? I think that's on Apple TV or Peacock or one of the services. I've heard that's really good. I might need to start, was it Midnight Mass? All right, that's good. I've watched a lot of TV in the past year, guys. Like Severance, Succession, Ted Lasso, White Lotus, Wednesday, Andor, all the booty ass Marvel MCU shows. I would say if we're talking like streaming services that are putting out top quality right now, definitely HBO and Apple TV. Apple TV's put out a lot of good stuff. Oh, Saki K is awesome, Cold. $2 from Julian Phoenix. Watch The Bear on Hulu. I'm a bear. Okay. I'm excited for that Cocaine Bear movie. What about you, Nugget? Are you excited for Cocaine Bear? Nugget's just like, what is this bear doing cocaine? What is this? What is this? Oh yeah, Vinland Saga 2 does come out soon. Yeah, there's a bunch of good shit out there, man. Dude, I remember there was this rumor, you guys might remember, I think it was almost 10 years ago, that they were going to do like a Zelda Netflix series. Something crazy. You haven't finished Better Call? No. I finished Better Call Saul. No. I finished that. I forgot to mention that, but I finished it. I was there watching the finale the day it aired. No. I think I was talking more about the shows that I had caught up on rather than like stuff that was airing. To be fair though, I don't know how I forgot about that. I feel terrible now. Daredevil Born Again better be great or else it's a riot. Oh, absolutely, bro. Shit. If they fuck up that Daredevil show, I think I am officially done with giving the MCU the benefit of the doubt, man. Like, I'm just like done. I was like, nah, you niggas, nah. $5 from Julian Phoenix. The Bear is about a guy who takes over a failing restaurant and it's amazing. Oh. I'm always a sucker for those kind of shows. Let me see this. Hulu, you say? Tekken Bloodline was good at least. I've heard good things about like the animated game stuff. Yeah. Cocaine Bear was based off a true story. Oh, they put Fresh Prince on Hulu? I mean, I have HBO Max, but it's cool. It's on Hulu. Let me add the Bear. You said it's on Hulu. Hold on. I just typed in Hulu on Hulu. I'm doing great today, you guys. The Bear. Okay. It came out this year. A young fine dining chef comes home to Chicago to run his family shop as he fights to transform. Oh, nice. It's one of those half-hour series. Awesome. I love shit like that. That's why I love Barry. Barry was another show I watched this year. I love like nice, good half-hour shows. I mean, I love the 45-hour-long shows too, but sometimes you want just like a nice half-hour binge. I did watch Atlanta. I didn't watch the new season though, because I wasn't the biggest fan of season 3. Season 3 had a couple of good episodes, but have you watched Mortal Kombat Annihilation on Netflix? Literally the worst movie. Well, that's an OG movie right there. That's yeah. The first live-action Mortal Kombat movie was surprisingly solid. And then Annihilation was just like, what the fuck, bro? Nah, Barry is fire, bro. Neil will watch that, but not Akiba Made War. Flame, I told you I would watch that. What you talking about, Willis? I have not checked out Sonic Prime yet. What's the verdict on Sonic Prime? I was a big fan of Sonic Boom. Like, that cartoon was awesome. How is Sonic Prime? Is comic book live action movies and TV shows going on the decline for Neo? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's as a whole it's going on the decline. I just don't think that a lot of great stuff has been coming out of Marvel in the past 2 years. You've had some decent stuff, but nothing that's like, let's fucking go. Like the stuff that's been, let's fucking go from Marvel is just nostalgia, like No Way Home, which I like. But it's just like, can I get new shit that's gets me hype? It's actually good. Okay. I'm happy for the Bleach fans. I'm happy from the Bleach fans that they got a good new season. And I think the next season comes out in the summer. Yo, Neo, been watching from the TV. Can't chat in that one. Hey. Well, you know what, Chuck? Sometimes you got to let go of the remote. Don't you know you're letting all the junk flood in? Double clicking on the go. Not a day go. You know, I really loved the remixes in Persona 4 Dancing All Night. I love that shit, bro. The full shitter arc. Hey, Kwaku, what's up, bro? Wagwan, my brother. How you doing? Yeah, like I'm happy for the Bleach fans. Like y'all finally got your W after 10 years, dude. After 10 years. Yes, Barry is fire, bro. Barry is so good. Yeah, no, listen, like Phase 4 has got good movies. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I really enjoyed Doctor Strange. I really enjoy Wakanda Forever. But there's just nothing where I'm just like walking out of the theater saying, man, like, you know, like Phase 2 and Phase 3, there were some movies I walked out of where I was like, man, I'm ready. Now I'm just like, I'm good. That was fun. All right. It's just like I'm waiting for someone to drop the next Winter Soldier. Like, I just want a movie that gets me excited like Winter Soldier or Guardians of the Galaxy, and we just haven't gotten that. Like, I need it. I need it, bro. And I'm just looking at what they got coming out. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I know I'm going to love it because it's James Gunn. Conclusion. I love it. Like, Ant-Man, I think will be really cool for the multiverse stuff. Marvels, I think that'll be okay. I just don't know, man. You see Chainsaw Man? Yes. Chainsaw Man is dope. Shang-Chi is cool. Shang-Chi is good, but again, it's like basic by the numbers origin stuff, which is fine for what it did. It's okay, but it's like, all right. I just need some hype shit, bro. Shadow's voice is so good. No offense to Kirk Thornton, but his Shadow is not good. I don't really remember much of his Shadow. Yeah, I don't really remember much of Kirk Thornton's Shadow. He voiced it with like the last batch of actors, right? Like Roger Craig Smith and all them. I'm only seeing the Marvels because of Miss Marvel. Yeah, I love Miss Marvel. She's dope. She-Hulk was pretty unbearable. She-Hulk, I don't mind the idea of She-Hulk. I think the idea is perfect because if you read the comics, that's like what a She-Hulk show should be. I just felt like the writing was insufferable. Like, this is not even good comedic. Like, it's not even that funny. Which is my biggest thing. Like, if you're writing a comedy show, shouldn't the show be funny? Like, I think people were complaining about all the wrong things in that show in the beginning. Did you play Sonic Frontiers? No, I didn't. But I definitely want to. Werewolf by Night was really cool. It was great. Werewolf by Night was fantastic. But, again, it's kind of like a one-off thing that they're not really going to do anything with it long term. You know what I'm saying? They might do a couple of other one-shots, which I love. But, yeah, man. Twerking ruined She-Hulk. I don't think so. I don't think it did. I think everything else surrounding it, I was like, by the time I got to the final episode, I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? It's like you guys are trying to have a story, but at the same time, you're not. Like, what's going on? If anything, you know what? I think they should have gotten the people who worked on like Parks and Rec or The Office to do a She-Hulk show. If you're going to do something like that, like they should have done that. You can't ruin what was already bad. Ouch. Ouch. That's crazy. Oh, but I'm looking at the clock, you guys. So it is officially 8:30 p.m. The music has stopped, which means that it is time for us to wrap it up for the night, you guys. Wow. I don't know how the fuck time keeps going by so quick. This is crazy. But as always, you guys, I want to thank you so much for coming through to another fantastic Ask Neo session. I'm going to give a huge shout out to the homie AmazingJD, JFam in the chat. I don't know if you're still there, bro, but I want to thank you so much for the incredible Christmas presents. Like, Joker and Persona 4 Golden Hero. They called this man Persona 4 Golden Hero. I'm screaming, bro. I'm fucking screaming, but thank you so much, Jason, for the incredible gifts. I appreciate that, my brother. And thank you so much for all the people who've been super chatting and all the channel memberships. You guys are fantastic. Before we go, though, you guys know this. You should know this by now. But if you don't know, you're about to know. We're about to have ourselves a hydration check. Now, if you guys have never been to an As Neo stream before, hydration check is my way of keeping you guys accountable, making sure you're drinking your H2O. Because if you drink a lot of water, you feel better on the inside and hopefully on the outside as well. So we're going to go ahead and hydrate right quick. Just get a little bit of water because I have a couple things I got to talk to you guys about as well. So on the count of 3, we're going to have ourselves some hydration. 1, 2, hydrate or dihydrate. Well, there you go. That's one way of doing it. 1, 2, 3, hydration. Okay. So that really quick hydration check, because we have a couple things we need to talk about. So we do have one more stream going on for the year, and you guys thought I would forget about it because, like, oh my god, he said this is the last Ask Neo stream of the year. No, we do not. We have one more stream happening, and that stream is going to be happening Thursday evening. I haven't settled the exact time as of yet, but it's going to be going down Thursday evening. Most likely around maybe 8 o'clock, something like that. Could be 9 o'clock for all we know. But that is going to be the end of the year stream where we're going to go ahead and rewatch a lot of classic NeoGameSpark videos. You guys have been asking for this since the, I think it was the, what was it? Oh, I forgot which one it was, but like we were talking about how, like, yeah, you know, we have to do an anniversary stream just to recap a lot of old videos. So we're going to be watching a lot of stuff this Thursday. Bring your own drinks if you guys are going to be drinking with us. Bring your snacks, bring everything, because we are going through the archives. So go ahead, find some old videos, some iconic classics. I already know off the top of my head we're going to be rewatching the Kingdom Hearts video. Kingdom Hearts 3 My Thoughts. We're going to be rewatching the Disney rant. We're going to be watching the Cartoon Network rant. So basically like 2009 Neo. Like young Neo, 16-year-old, angsty, ready to curse up a storm Neo. We're going to rewatch a lot of those old videos. I'm getting my old change and it's taking too long. Damn, son. Shit, arsonist. You might have to turn into a whole arsonist. Well, probably don't do that while your car is there. It's not about money. It's about sending a message. But yeah, it's going to be so nostalgic for those who have been there since the beginning. And it's going to be so eye-opening and awakening for those who've been along for the journey for the past 2 years. It's going to be funny. It's going to be cringy. I'm going to be sitting there like, oh shit, that was me, bro. But you know what? That's why shit works, because that was me. And it shows how far we've come. But yeah, so Thursday evening, haven't settled the time just yet, but it is going to happen after 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It could be a late night stream, like maybe 9 o'clock at night. But yeah, I've been getting them on my recommendation on YouTube. They're all 8 years or older. Jesus Christ, this is going to be fun. So yeah, go back, find a lot of classic episodes, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for coming through the stream. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. And for me to for now, my name is NGS signing out, and like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.